And here we are. Greetings.
Hello, world.
Greetings, world.
We've been waiting for you.
We have returned with episode 2 of Chronicles of Future Earth.
We've waited so long.
Thanks for tuning in. We have much joyously good romping fun in store for us this evening.
Just
Ready to romp.
ready to romp.
Ready to romp.
Feeling rompy AF.
Are you ready to romp?
Ready to romp, guys.
So, we're returning to Future Earth. Which is this exquisite campaign setting currently in Kickstarter. You can check the link in the chat, or if you're watching this on YouTube, the link is in the description. Is of this moment, it is still live for another 7 days, or 8 days, I believe, so you can check that out. Still pick up some goodies, and the Quickstart module is free, and that will be running beyond the Kickstarter, and you can pick that up for free. But it is this glorious setting. The image I'm showing on the screen to the audience right now is this wonderful one with a mantis man and a one of the alien races standing before one of the spider figures with this glorious lantern. It is a pretty great far future setting inspired by Lynn Carter, Marion Zimmer Bradley, and Michael Moorcock, along those veins of cosmic fantasy. So we've got demon-possessed swords. We've got characters with zoans for eyes, weird organisms that have been implanted in their eyes into their skull in order to replace their eyes functionally. And we have a time priestess throwing down some time magic.
Hold it down.
Throwing down some time magic. Channeling a demon from within her time clock. We also have a great Mantis warrior character, Dree Bonbach, who will be joining us.
Good old Bok Bok.
Good old So we left off. The group is presently pretty motivated to track down some friends who've gone missing. Hannah's character Dostinor, you had what was his name? Jamie? Jicey? I'll have to get back on that. a close friend of yours who, when you fled the flames of Korodov, when the chaos beasts arrive and the fire cloud destroyed the city, you fled to the city of glorious Kados, where we are presently, and sought out an old friend and found that they were missing. Let me get a cool picture of the skyline of glorious Kados here, the city that we're in. And Gaddy is motivated to track down Hisoke, a close friend, the other playable PC, if people at home are looking to play this. Great suggestion that Sarah Newton, the writer, gives is to have the other player characters be the ones who've been captured. So you can track them down because they're already tied together with the other PCs through their aspects, their companion aspects and whatnot. So and also the eye biter demon who stole Gaddy's eyes.
Yeah. I don't know if Gaddy's interested in finding it as much as Gaddy is interested in avoiding that forever and ever. Amen.
Never.
This is funny because all I remember
So you're
is
saying there's a chance.
how you went to go down there and rip someone's face off.
I did.
Not the eye biter demon.
Yeah,
but
no, just if
whoever kidnapped Hisoka,
Yeah.
you were like, I'm gonna go rip their face off. And I think you were like, or it would be great if we could capture them and bring them to justice. You're like, no, I'm gonna rip their face off.
Very motivated to ruin
rip-
people's faces.
And Kelly's character, Time Priestess, Towering Time Priestess, is, you're also looking
It
to,
seems
to
Yeah.
save some
Political
people.
motivated, right?
Yeah.
Politically
Here to
motivated.
kiss babies and find kidnapped people. And I'm out of babies to kiss, so time to find some people.
I kissed all the
I
babies.
kiss all the babies. It's time to find these.
Mic drop
missing
at the
folks.
Simpsons.
Yes.
Babies. I
And
think
I'm out of babies.
in order to
I'm out of babies to kiss.
in order to strengthen your motivation a little bit, I think I'm gonna retcon like retroactively say that when you saw the group saw this transaction in place, right? You guys
Shady deal.
heard the commotion in the street of someone being roughed up, went out to see what was going on. The Black Galley men, these kind of strange oblong head-shaped sailors were having this transaction with some robed figures, and they had traded off this object that was carried in this metal box that they were like supporting by these wood planks, and the box was covered in this rime of ice that was growing along the wood and had this just supernatural eerie nature to it. And I think that Chenda recognized the runic carvings on it as being some kind of protective warding spells that are protecting this box and keeping it from opening on its own. And you get the impression that it is a peripare, it is an artifact of a previous era in time, which are heavily sought after and can be very dangerous if they fall into the wrong hands.
And it looks like they're definitely in the wrong hands.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Could be by
This
the
gathering. Using my context clues, it looks like it is currently in the wrong hands.
Yes. And you know that it would also improve your station within your church if you were to
If it was in my
retrieve
right
it
hands.
for them. Yeah, if it was in your hands and therefore their hands, Unthar would pass his mighty blessings
Oh
upon
yeah. Unthar would be most pleased.
you. Yeah, so that's going on, and since Sophie's gonna sit out this session, and we're gonna have Taylor joining us shortly as Dre Bonbach, the Mantis Warrior, I'm going to backpedal things a little bit and introduce a different complication on the way that things went down. You guys went to the port, right, to spy upon the Black Galley, the ship that these sailors had come from, and Chaibion had done some kind of telekinetic scrying into the ship, and you were distracted with guards and whatnot.
Yes.
And I'm going to say that what ended up actually happening was that Chaibion did not return.
Oh, shoot. Not Chaibion.
That you talked the guards into a long circle, and then eventually, an hour had passed, and they told you that you should move along, kind of thing. And you can make different actions if you want to.
Are all of us together? Or I forgot.
I think at this point you were split, but you were planning on meeting up to go into the artifacts.
I was
deeps.
following you. They went off to spy on
the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I do have a map as well that I did not have for you guys. I had it, but it didn't come up. Of the region that you guys are in, Artifacts Wares.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Artifacts Wolves. So the Black Galley is over here. I believe you're staying at number 12, which is Ngazi's. Which is the the Shady Inn. This is a picture I've shown to the audience before, but you guys can see it. I'll pull it up on the screen for the audience of the outside of Zengazi's, where you guys.
Oh yeah, that does look. Man, does look a sketch.
That dude.
That dude.
The inn that you guys are staying at.
Is 12.
I'm double checking, but I'm pretty certain. Yep.
Okay.
It is number 12.
So that's where we had been in. We ran outside, and then they went this way with the crate, and then we went this way. Okay. Excellent.
And you guys also spoke with what was his name? That Infiltrates.
Yeah.
Infiltrates Chain Emporium. You guys stopped by there.
Oh yeah.
He was the slaver, and you learned that he sells slaves to this group, to these. And he called them by name, right? He called them the Void Cultists, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Chabayon went in there to get some info and extracted it elegantly.
Dang, did you?
with a mind blast.
Yeah, blasted his mind at the end. I was like,
I think I'm fine if we're just like Dustin proceeded to create yet more of a scene until the guards forcefully removed me from the vicinity, trying to throwing my body at the side of the ship, trying to be like, Chaibayon, where are you? My ward, they've taken my ward.
they've taken my ward.
Do you want to accept a fate token as a compel for your shouting to be loud enough to be heard from the crew of the ship?
Yes.
Okay.
How can I say no?
And you get that from
said
Pool.
no.
Yeah. And what aspect do you think that would be compelling? Maybe probably your companion aspect?
Yeah. One day I will return Chaibayon to his home, and I can't do that if he's kidnapped.
Yes. Perfect. And a reminder, this is compels are something you can do to yourselves if you're like, I want more fate tokens. You
Make
can
it rain.
Look at I need more fate tokens. You can take a look at your aspects and see if any of that can cause any kind of trouble for you in a way that is not beneficial. Then you can get rewarded for it with fate tokens you can use to be awesome later. Alright, so what do you guys do? You guys reunite
Yes.
and discuss the situation.
Gender, they've really gone too far. They took Chaibayon by force within the halls of their ship.
But
I
then-
won't stand for it.
Are you guys in Zengazi's?
Yes.
It's important for reasons.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Are we in? Okay.
Yeah, definitely. But then who will you command? This ruins the chain that we have, the delicate balance of servitude and yeah, just the balance of servitude. It was nice having you and then Tribayon by association. Without Tribayon, this is not looking good.
No, I agree with some of what you said, yes.
I feel that Tribayon was the most effective, strongest link in our chain.
Chaibayon is so sharp, and we must retrieve him. Perhaps not now, but the Black Galley men have made me their enemy today.
I'm glad you agree with me. I appreciate your support here. We must get Tribayon back.
Are you sure it was the Black Galley men?
It's hard to mistake their strange faces, Gatty.
But did you see them take him?
Perhaps it's true, Chaibayon. attempted to enter of his own will, but I know Tribion would return to my side at his soonest convenience. And indeed, I got quite loud with the Black Galley crew.
Tribion, it could have fallen into the sea.
That does not seem.
Perhaps you speak of what could befall yourself, but Tribion is far too wise and astute for such
Yeah, I guess you'd know
a
better than me.
serendipitous end.
You actually recall with frustration the look of this crew of men with their weird oblong mouths and their like mouths filled with these grinning sharp teeth as you were shouting up at them. They like looked over and were smiling and kind of cajoling and laughing.
I agree. Tribion would not get so close to the sea that he would fall in. That would be silly. Tribion is anything but silly. I say we go back to that ship, command that we be brought aboard, and search it from deck to hull.
What of our other efforts? Should we not persevere in Tribion's name? He went to great risk to get us the information we have.
Wait, I am confused. I thought that they were like, aren't they slavers? Didn't they trade some people for some money?
That's generally what slavers do.
No!
So, wherever they took those original people, we should probably just head that way, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not the detectives.
Well, it seems that we're at a crossroads.
Also, I'm not rolling a dice until we roll the gravity well.
Oh.
Ah, yes, the gravity well.
I shan't roll my dice until I roll the gravity well.
Gotta get all the bad rolls out of the way.
For those that
That's not bad.
No.
You gonna re-roll it?
if you're
9
curious what the gravity
out of
well is,
12.
it's been posted in the chat by Chat Golem.
Could beat that.
Oh, but keep in mind you've got a how Chronicles differs from Fate is the Doom die and the Hero die.
Oh,
Right,
I didn't call it.
You might. I think you could just roll again.
Okay.
And so one of them is a positive roll, and one of them is a negative.
I'm gonna switch. This is gonna be positive, negative. 0.
I feel like we could do better than 0.
Okay.
Agreed. Better than
Positive,
zero.
negative.
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
Can we do better than 0?
We'll see. See positive, negative. 1.
One.
Nice.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Put a bird upon that. Ooh, do we have
A bird
spare
doth
bird?
be placed upon
Got
the.
a Tribion.
Put a
Yeah.
try.
Yeah,
Put
put
a
a try on that.
Oh, wait. I have the bird. I have, Shimmer Flank.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes. Shimmer flank.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic.
Oh yes. Throw a shimmer
Perfect.
flank on that.
If you're
Lovely.
watching this on YouTube and wondering what this whole gravity well thing is about, the gravity well is an artifact of legend and ritual at the material components table as an excessively large die, which we often are playing with a d20, and I have a particularly large d20 that we use for this. But in this
This
case,
size.
we're d6s, so Callie from my birthday got me these particularly heavy d6s, so we're using those.
Particularly large.
Particularly large d6s. But since it is an exceedingly large die, its presence affects the results of lesser dice, like a gravity well would with gravity. It only makes some sense, but
Makes
also you
a
can't
lot.
change a hashtag once it's out there.
Agreed.
It's the gravity well, right? At the beginning of every session, it's rolled by one player at a time until the result is decided upon, and everyone gets to kind of pick, like, that's our result we're gonna have, or I'm gonna pick up the die and roll it, and as soon as they're picked up, you know, that previous roll is lost, right? You can't be like, oh, we're going to go back to that 17 we had. And the higher the result, the greater the player's luck will be for that session. Thus is the magic. Well, also a bird must be placed upon the top of it to seal it so that it is known to, you know, the tabletop gods that is the one that's been decided. A bird. Or in space settings, we could do like a spaceship, a bird of war of some kind.
Or a shimmerflank.
Or shimmerflank, who is a horse-sized bird.
Some particularly maniacal DMs try to put mind flayers on top of it.
Yes, or set it on a 1 and just hope that the group misses it. Oh, I actually got that camera pointed right at that, so I'm gonna show the group this glorious shimmer flank. What does that sound like again? It's like, is it a bird or is it a horse? Well, it's mostly both. It's a bird that's large enough to ride, right?
Yeah.
This is Chibion's mount, who you suspect was probably also captured.
No.
Shimmerflank?
Yeah, if Chibion wasn't enough, they had to take Shimmerflank as well.
Low blow. They will pay.
All right. You guys are in Zengazis.
Yes.
There's some juggling going on.
Hype.
But using some kind of weird magical gloves that are like almost reverse magnetic. And so there's some balls that are being juggled without being touched.
Some free balls, if you will.
Yes.
I would obviously be playing my loot in this place and trying to collect any extra coins that anyone would give me.
Yeah.
Trying to outdo the jugglist.
I don't quite have a mechanic for making money, so I don't know that I can.
My character is about money, so it doesn't matter if it's real or not. It's a motivation for her.
You make some silver, some chump change.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome.
In your performance, I might have a. Music is the word I was looking for.
Might have a music.
I might have a music. What are you guys thinking though?
Dossner, I know you're not used to being in charge or leading, if you will, but I'm looking to you as Tribion's keeper. What is our next step? This is a lot of responsibility, I understand. So I'm here to help you with this burden. If you need help with the direction, I'm happy to offer my input. But in this moment, I'm looking to you for our next step.
Lord Rigos dictates that I shall be indomitable in his name. We cannot let this gaffe rest. We must retaliate.
Agreed. And your thoughts?
I think going back to the Black Galleyman's ship is a bad idea. They almost wrecked me last time.
As a reminder, he's still suffering from a consequence of terrified of the Black Galley.
I'm not showing it, but I'm feeling it inside.
You could, if you wanted to, compel it to get a fate token and you know, work really hard against this. You know, like, because you're terrified of it, right?
So how would that work? To give me an example of how...
just refusing to do it. Refusing to return to that ship, right?
But that would,
like, if you guys go, then I'm not going with you.
That feels good.
Yeah.
I'm not going back there. That was crazy. Plus, I really think we should go in a different direction, like toward where we were headed in the first place. To rescue those people, that's probably where Chibion is anyway.
I mean, Chibion was last seen at the ship. Listen, I understand you're scared. I understand you don't want to go back. But if you're scared in this moment, just from that interaction we had outside the ship on our own terms, then I hate to think of what Chibion's going through right now.
Callie, if you want, do you have empathy as a skill?
I do.
You can make an empathy to heal his
Oh,
condition.
yeah. I'd like to do that. So I'm going to... Yeah, I will do that. And this will be my good die and then dark die.
Yeah, the like kind of
Yeah.
glowing heroic color is the good one.
Yeah.
And
The sparkles.
the dark one is...
That mad sparkle. Can I spend a coin and re-roll this? Is that how that works?
Yeah, you have to invoke some kind of aspect that would narratively make sense for you to be better at what you're doing.
I'm going to invoke being status conscious, because even if I'm uncertain that we should actually go back, I already put that out there, and I'm just gonna really stick to my guns with this. I was like, yes, this is definitely what we're doing.
Yeah, you're like, you need to follow my orders kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I am above you in station, and this fear of yours is like not warranted when I give a command kind of thing. Yeah. Cool.
So this goes over here?
Yep. And then you can re-roll. And I should tell you, the difficulty you're looking at is the is based on the value of the consequence. So he has a moderate consequence, right? Mm-hmm. So this is a 4.
Was it
Ooh. I also I have a +1 to empathy.
Okay. Another before you roll, I guess.
Oh gosh.
I guess we already kind of started this, but something that you guys can consider that's a little bit different than the way Fate normally works is, so some of you have skills that have, everybody has skills that have asterisks next to them, right? Some of them, like Priestess or what was it, Guildsman?
Yeah,
Gilder, that is a skill that's your pillar, which is like your station in society. That's not what I'm talking about. But the other ones that have asterisks are power skills, and those are magic skills, right? And you can use power skills. This is in that little rule book. What did I think it was on 16 or something. There's a little table for each power skill, and they describe things that you can do with them, and you can do basically maneuvers. You can do create advantage with them, right? And you think of them as they're actually spells, and so you can say, I'm using, for instance, Dostinor, you have command, right? And you can use command to cast a cantrip, a spell, to create an advantage, right? And you're creating a situational advantage in the environment by having everyone respect you with command, right? So it's like a kind of a buff that you can put into the world with your power skills. So if you were to try to really maximize on this roll, you could take an extra turn to create some kind of advantage using your magics. What kind of? I know you have time.
Yeah. Time, lore, and priestess, which I couldn't find priestess in.
Yeah, that's your pillar. That's like your societal occupation, basically.
Is that something, since I'm using kind of my status as to re-roll this, is that something I could invoke or apply to this roll?
No, I think I was looking more for
empathy?
one of the power skills if you had one that made sense.
I just have time.
Time, yeah.
I was looking at it.
So time, it says, helps you move more quickly or perform actions more quickly, using your shifts to move up or down the time ladder. It helps you remember things you've seen or read elsewhere. So you could create an advantage with time.
Okay.
And it has to do with kind of the memory of a tale that might be helpful in this situation. Could seem like a possibility. But the idea I'm getting at is if you know that this is a challenging task, and so you can create an advantage before you attempt it in order to kind of maximize on that.
Okay.
As part of some of the strategies of Fate, and with this system in general, that you have a little bit more to work with.
Alrighty.
as far as creating advantages.
Cool. Well, I would like to create an advantage then. Give myself as much buff as I can. So when I create advantage, I can invoke. You said time.
Yeah, you'll roll and you'll add your time.
A time. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And for the narrative, could I say like I slow it down so I can just like everything around us is quiet?
Yeah.
Like everybody's moving in slow motion, so I'm just like really focusing.
You got a one-on-one therapy session.
One-on-one therapy, yeah.
Zengazi slows to a crawl, and the guy juggling behind you is like,
Yeah.
But my music's still going at the same pace.
yeah.
So it sounds very fast all of a sudden to everyone around me.
Alright, so I'm going to do that.
Okay, so roll and add your time.
Okay. So that would be a +3. My roll put me at a 0.
Okay, that succeeded.
Excellent.
So you create a situational aspect with one free invoke. I think a situational aspect of like, what do you think? Like this is a safe space, or a safe space in time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does that sound
Yeah.
about right for what you're going for? Okay, so then you get a free invoke on that. So then you can invoke it and roll your empathy. I'm sorry, I'm like kind of leading you a little bit.
No,
I'm trying
I
to
feel
get
like
you guys.
I need a little bit of direction and structure on how to like properly like kind of move through this.
When you're confronted with a difficult task in Fate, you can set yourself up, or as a group, people can be like, I'm going to create an advantage to help you at this task. Is one way that you guys can kind of work together to stack +2s, right? All right, and then so go ahead and roll your empathy.
Okay.
And you'll get a +2 from this aspect,
Okay.
the safe space
Awesome.
and time.
Right. We're safe here. It is okay for us to talk. Ooh, so that's a +2. I'm at a 0 again.
Okay, and then you add your empathy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I added the... So I have a +2 plus my empathy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So 3.
Excellent.
I got a 3.
It's a 4 though.
I don't know. You sound full of shit.
You could get. Does your time demon have empathy? Under your extras, you have like that. Is it trained in empathy?
Just time, stunt, temporal, Tari.
Okay. Well, Hannah could potentially help. Dusty Noir.
What would be?
Or you can use a fate token to invoke a different aspect of your character to either reroll or get the +2. Probably just getting a +2 would you would succeed.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just
You
okay.
can do this differently too if you don't want to keep going down this avenue.
Yeah.
Like
Or someone else can act it. Someone else can spend a fate token for Callie to get the +2, but they have to invoke their own aspect,
I would say-
or a situational.
So
also I'm good with just having it if the fear and Gaddy's like, I don't know, I am pretty not okay with going back there, but I guess I could be convinced.
I'm an initiate of the Lord of War, and I need to help Gaddy learn the power of confrontation.
So the way I kind of
Facing one's fears.
Yeah, so I don't know how this that was 4 to help.
Yep.
The
So
roll
you gave her a
exists.
+2
Okay.
from that invoke, and then you succeeded because you got a 5.
Okay, cool. And the way I saw that happening is when he said I was full of shit, I like reached back like through time and pulled on Dossner's hand and just like pulled Dossner like
Yanked him into
into
the
our
bubble.
into our little like slow time bubble.
Okay, great.
And Dossner's like, "Buck up, Buttercup."
Dossner's like, why are we still here, Gaddy?
Well, because I figured if I'm going back to the Galleyman, you're gonna pay me for it.
You will get your own rewards. The rewards of courage. The knowledge that you have the power. Come, Gaddy.
Yeah,
Let us do what must be done.
I do feel pretty powerful.
Gaddy's eerie eyes twinkle a little bit. These weird alien organisms that have been implanted. And
Just like wiggle a little.
I imagine they have like multiple eyelids, like ones that kind of like go like translucent ones that go sideways, and then the regular ones that go up and down.
Certainty in what must be done. That is what it is to be indomitable. Chai-Bayan, oh! Chai-Bayan, you're not here to record my wisdom.
So is with that fate point,
Yes.
is my condition gone?
it is lessened, so it's no longer a moderate. It's
Okay.
reduced to a mild.
All right. Well, I mean, if y'all want to go back there, let's do it.
And it changes
I think
slightly.
I can.
So it was terrified of
Yeah.
them, right? And now you're. I mean, scared seems kind of a lame transition, but
Uneasy,
yeah,
nervous of the Black Galleyman.
it's still pretty. It's still a
Apprehensive.
consequence, so it's still pretty serious. So I think
Frightened.
frightened, scared, yeah.
I just imagine like it's kind of like the anxiety of like if you have somebody that picks on you, like knowing that you're gonna be like walking by them, like that just like kind of impending doom, like waiting for it to come down on you.
Yeah. So you still have that, but
Well, I'll go if y'all are there.
Yeah.
But
We're here every step of the way.
if you somehow, if we get separated, I'm gone. Like, I'm not gonna stick around there.
It's a deal then. We'll stay by your side, but you can't run.
I'm not that scared.
Alright, can I use command to create a situational advantage for
Yep.
when we approach? It says, so like cantrip to come across as the natural leader. So I guess what I'm really thinking of is that Chenda will probably be doing the talking. I should probably not talk to them as much as possible.
yeah, but you want to present
So I would
authority.
like, yes, I would like to make our party seem like we're large and in charge. This is reminding me of, I guess, like bardic buffs. It's just like,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that the flavor?
Yeah, absolutely. And the idea I get is that you can use this command magic cantrip to make anyone seem like the leader. You're subtly influencing the situation using your power, your magical
Yeah.
power of command.
Everyone needs to take a look at how nobly tall and statuesque Chenda is striding in here. This has nothing to do with the Bright Trinity. This is not political. This is simply to get Chai-Bayan back.
Excellent. Yeah. So go ahead and roll and add your command. You're creating an advantage. It's
Oh,
No bueno.
4 plus 3 is still a -1.
-1.
What was even the point?
Yeah.
We all feel a little
Yeah, we're
more
all
uncomfortable.
terrified now.
Interesting.
Like Dosner, I see how unsteady you are without your ward. I hope we retrieve
I'm
Chai-Bayan
furious.
quickly.
It's going to take all the power I have not to just beat their faces in.
All right. So you create.
It's
Sorry. You can use it. You can use a fate if you want to re-roll it.
Yeah, I will.
And invoke a aspect.
This was almost a crit fail.
Yeah. Which is a thing. If you roll a 6 on either your hero
Doom
or your doom,
Mm-hmm.
and a 1 on the opposite.
I had already invoked it, but this is all about how I need Chai-Bayan. So one day we'll return Chai-Bayan to his home.
Yes.
I cannot falter here.
Another thing that you guys can consider is you can burn stress in order to boost your roll. You can burn your stress boxes.
Ah.
That's unique to this system as well. So you can say, well, I'm gonna exert like this extra amount of effort,
Yeah.
similar to Numenera, where you're like, I'm putting so much effort into this, it's causing me physical or mental stress.
Gotcha.
And then so you're checking off those boxes, and then you're getting a boost equal to the number of the box that you're checking off. But consider that that's dangerous if you're in a situation that, if you're in a scene that you're going to be taking stress
Yeah.
from other sources, then you're already kind of weakening yourself. But
We made it to a +1.
a +1, okay. Yeah,
Average.
I think that would be a tie.
We're feeling a little perkier, a little more sure of herself.
Does your sword have? I asked this of Callie earlier. I should explain myself. Does your sword have command?
It does.
It does. All right. So this is another thing I've learned is if you have extras on a lot of characters, they have kind of a companion of some kind. You guys both have these demons, which are not so much demons, but they're like spirits of your god, right? That have been kind of sworn and bound to you. Those things are independent, kind of micro characters that you can have perform their own actions. But they can also work together in tandem with you on a task if they're trained in it, and they give you a +1 as if they were another character helping you. But they have to have that skill, right? And so if it has command, then you're brandishing this sword and you're speaking with the voice of this demon blade, and it's aiding you in this task. It's providing teamwork in the way that another character would if they were helping.
Cool.
And if we were to continue this campaign, you know, when we play the full rule set, you can spend your advancement points and like strengthen your connection with your extras. So you're like, I'm putting my XP into like making my bond with my demon sword more powerful. So very cool, different options for advancement. So all right, so then that would put it to a 2, so you would succeed.
Okay.
Was what I was getting at. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting tangled in some things here. But all right, so we're in charge here, or respect the authority of the, what is it, the bright
Yes,
Trinity?
the Bright Trinity.
The Bright Trinity.
Right, Trinity.
All right, so you cast that, and you guys are glowing with a kind of unseen authority. I would think of it kind of as in a similar way to how Gandalf is like just towering when he wants to be. Your guys' presence as you arrive at the docks is much like that. Are you waiting until the evening, or are you going during the day? What's your guys' plan? I'll say it wasn't sundown yet.
Yeah.
It was early
I would
evening.
say like twilight is when we approach. We're a little extra glowy at twilight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Get that golden hour.
the call
Radiance.
of Unthar's disciple in regards to timing.
Defer to.
All right.
All
So
right, you guys
we are approaching the ship.
approach the ship. Are you trying to sneak past the guards?
No.
No, we are. I am going straight up
Yeah.
to. I'm just gonna start walking up the dock, like
Yeah.
with all the confidence.
Yes, we're like, yes, we go here.
Yeah, this is where we belong.
Oh, I guess. Do you want to place your guys' miniatures in?
Always.
Of course. You guys are
Me?
near the Black
Looks
Galley.
like it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right up on the dock.
Fate as a whole is not particularly big on miniatures, but I think in some situations it can be helpful to see them visually represented. Our audience should strive not to judge our miniature situation here. Sorry, I'm being weird because this camera.
Yeah, you're getting everybody cheating out.
Yeah. All right, you guys are approaching the Black Galley, the docks, and some white blades approach.
Like, let us pass. A ward to the servant of the Trinity is aboard. We must fetch him.
All right, give me a sounds like persuasion of some kind.
Rapport.
Rapport, yeah.
Or, yeah, rapport.
You could, I think, also use your priestess, your pillar.
Yeah. So I'll go with priestess first, because I'm just gonna wave my hand. Oh yes.
Excellent.
So that's a plus 9 with my priestess.
Crit.
Yeah.
What happens when you crit?
Oh yes. What happens when you crit? Let me double check. Because it hasn't actually happened yet.
Right.
So good.
I just imagine I just like wave my hand and these people go flying off the dock.
Alright, critical successes always succeed with at least one shift and ignore any stress reduction used by your opponent. Stress reduction is like armor. That would reduce the amount of stress that they take. They may also have other effects. So you can't, on critical failures, you can't invoke an aspect. Well, it succeeds. And it succeeds with style.
So much style. I imagine it's my.
I get the impression
shimmering
that perhaps there are mechanics that are unique to particular abilities, and I've read some stuff that you're like, if you critically succeed, it does this.
Got it.
But I think on the whole, if you're just doing whatnot that doesn't have that, you just automatically succeed. But since you have succeeded with style and you're overcoming, I'm going to say normally you would get a boost, but you succeeded by so much. I'm going to say it's a situational advantage of.
Nice.
What do you think? No, the guard. So you approach and the guards are so awed and cowed that they leave altogether.
Yeah, I would say.
And they say, well, the business of the Bright Trinity is not ours to tamper with, and so.
Yeah. That sounds right.
So the Eye of the Law is closed. Does that seem like something you guys would be able to invoke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And I'll give you two free invokes on that.
Excellent.
Because that was a success by a lot. So.
That's the only way I know how to do success.
Yes. Success with extra style. All right. So you guys approach the ship itself.
Yeah.
The Black Galley.
Yep. I'd say we. That went so well that I don't really want to experience any resistance. So, like, stepping onto the actual deck of the ship, I'd like to slow down time as we board, just so we can like see what's going on and just kind of give ourselves a advantage with.
There is a guy, one of these weird oblong-headed guys, who's standing on the gangplank right leading up to the ship. That you would like, you can't just walk right onto the ship. This guy's kind of standing watch.
Yeah.
But
can I slow down time and we just like move past him?
possibly, yeah. Do you want to let somebody else do something first, though? Let's let.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Kelly's rocking it over here. We gotta let other people have a moment
Yeah,
to shine.
I'm sorry. I'm just like hijacking this.
No, it's just we're
No, you're
totally
good.
in awe. We're like, yeah, Chen is the boss. It's not in question.
Well, in this scene so far, Hannah has acted because she created the commanding presence, and Kelly has acted so we can have Daniel act.
So maybe I'll just use. Maybe I'll just, as we approach the ship, we're coming up this one here.
Yeah. That is different floors of the same ship.
Oh, so it's one ship.
Yeah, this is the main deck is what you would be.
So I think I'll use. I'll just use my notice just to try to see kind of. I don't know what they're. I guess they're probably trying to get ready to take off, but like see if I notice anything peculiar relating to Chai-Bayan or like whatever.
You could be doing this to like create an advantage, and then narratively you're kind of dictating an advantage in this situation. You're like, I noticed that like it's a skeleton crew right now, or I noticed know, that they're not paying that people are dicing or something like that. And so you can create a situational aspect that you can invoke that you're like,
but
when we're sneaking aboard, you're like, well, I earlier noticed that they were.
Gotcha. Yeah. We'll say that, well, I noticed that a majority of the crew is like, or I guess, so the way I would do this is I'd basically narratively be like, this is what I think, and then I roll, or I roll first and then do it, or like,
it'd probably be good to roll first,
okay,
but
cool.
have something in mind.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use notice.
Or you can dictate it and then roll, and then I'll be like, okay, you were going for this.
I'm looking around the ship.
Better. Okay.
And I got a total of 0. So
you could use a fate to reroll if you want.
Or to add two.
Do I care? Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll spend a fate point to add 2.
In what aspect are you invoking?
So I'm invoking my yellow zoic eyes. So
perfect.
I'm just highly noticeable, or I just like notice things, very, very quickly.
Yeah, that would otherwise escape.
I've got infrared vision, so I'm noticing that. Or maybe I could notice that there's a particular like group of heat signatures at some location of the ship, saying that they're like more heavily over in this direction than the other. Is that something that could happen?
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like a lot of them are sleeping, and you see a lot of you're getting some kind of heat signatures of rooms that people are occupying, and you get the impression that they're sleeping in. But then there's also the heat signature of this one particular window as you guys are approaching the ship, that you can see with your eyes the movement of the shadows on the ceiling, and you can tell that people are just kind of carousing in it, right? The way that they're moving, they're drunken and revelatory.
Gotcha. So in that regard, I would probably just tell the group that we should probably try to find an entrance that was opposite to... Oh, I'm creating an aspect here. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What do you think's it like carousing? They're busy carousing.
Yeah, busy. Yeah, busy carousing.
And what was your total again?
I got a 2.
A 2. Okay. I think that's a success. They're not being quiet about it. It is a fair difficulty to notice this celebration. So yeah, you got one free invoke on this.
Okay. Cool. So what have we got so far?
Busy carousing. The eye of the law is closed. And respect the... Oh yeah, you guys did use respect the authority of the Bright Trinity, but that effect is still around. But in order to invoke it, you need to pay for it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You would have to pay a fate token to invoke it.
Got it.
But it still exists.
Cool.
Boosts, when you use them, they're gone. They're like this one-time thing.
Taylor?
Is this Dri Banbach who approacheth?
Open. Locks whoever knocks.
Where's the cameras? I'll let you guys get a good narrative to introduce first.
Okay.
Interrupt.
I'm so excited.
The group is approaching the Black Galley at the moment, which is like a slaver, kind of illegal mercantile vessel. I guess I should have described it to you guys, huh? It's a large merchantman of pitch black wood with ominous gray sails marked with the hammer and furnace sigil of the city of Typhon. It's obviously guarded by one of the forbidden galleymen who walks up and down the deck. These are these weird, almost men, kind of their cousin of men people who have these oblong, kind of like football-shaped heads with like mouths full of teeth. And they're approaching this ship because one of their close friends has been captured by it, and Dri Banbach, I think, also was lingering about this area because one of those of his regiment, the people that he fled Korodov with as well from the crazy fire cloud, and also one of his Tiradot mentors. Tiradot is his like crazy mystical martial arts school. Was captured.
Cruel.
Yes.
Cruel. Yes.
Cruel
With an R.
Cruel.
His name is Cruel.
Oh, Krull. Yeah, Krull. Yeah, actually,
Is it Krull
he's
or
a
Krull?
human, and he's your like apprentice or something, right?
Nice.
Isn't he your side
For a
thing?
pink skin, he is very talented.
Yes. So you guys are surveying this ship, and then this figure approaches, and I think some of you are connected. And it might come from Taylor's character sheet. I'm gonna pull up the image.
Okay, cool.
Dri
Go ahead and do
Banbach.
that.
It would be under companion, maybe under aspects.
United. Well, we're united by the devastation of Korodov, but I remember seeing in here that he had an opinion about.
Dosner.
Right.
Oh, right here. Oh, companion. Here we go. So Dostanor, is it Karya or Karja?
Karja.
Karja. That's the blue armored person. Who's the blue armored person?
Sunglasses.
That's you.
Yeah.
With the pink sunglasses. Okay.
In the demon store.
Maybe the anchor I seek. However you want to play that.
Wow.
The anchor I seek.
Dang.
I'm thinking though the one called Dostanor Karja.
Wait, yes.
I don't have. You don't have to actually introduce me, but that's me. Like
He's there.
that's my thing.
Yeah.
I'll just
Popping
walk
into
up,
the frame.
Yes.
popping and locking.
I feel like we're being like kind of try to like be sneaky and just kind of low key and just stroll up.
Yeah. I mean,
You're
There's-
a little bit confounded as well because there's no guards aboard. Like you were gonna sneak up and check out this ship because you know that your apprentice was taken here and there were no guards, and you just walked aboard the docks and right up to the ship, and these figures are kind of sneakily looking about.
Dri Banbach does not slink about the alleyways like some common thief. He has nothing to fear. Oh, excuse me. Hello there.
I like the way you creep fearlessly through the alleys.
You there, Blue Shell. Please identify yourself.
I am Dostanor. Legionnaire of Lord Regos Indomitable. Who are you who comes so boldly through the night?
I am Dree Bonbach, the Pterodot Master, one of the many Mantis men.
Yes.
A proud and, how do I put it? A proud member of the Mantis Men Legion. I seek that, my master... Sorry, I practiced this, but this is not going as well. Okay.
This is the whole
You're
drive
doing
over
great.
here.
Wait, I have a human apprentice. He's not my...
That's the one that we're saying is captured. Carl.
Okay, yeah. For some reason, I thought that was his master. Okay, I got that.
Well, I started to say master, and then you were like, "Oh, it was this guy," and then I was like, "Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I forgot that you had an apprentice." Yeah.
I seek my apprentice, Kroll. He is a human, roughly of your smaller stature. Have you seen him?
No, I have not, but as happenstance should play out, I too have lost a young one on the ship. My ward, the brilliant Jarbayon, has been taken. We're investigating, in fact, yet more disappearances.
Is this really the best time to be having this conversation while we're trying to sneak around?
And who are you, Pinkskin?
I'm Gaddy. And you see my weird alien eyes like start blinking at you from multiple.
Well, I don't actually know if you're Pinkskin. What?
Yes, I'm human, and
Okay.
but I've got these alien like transplant eyes.
That's very cool. I mean, that is very interesting.
Yeah, don't think too hard on it, man. But I kind of like your whole like mantis deal.
Oh, and I'm like sitting here like clicking my mandibles.
They're kind of soothing.
Yeah.
It's not a deal, that's the type of creature he is.
He has 6 limbs.
Oh,
And a chitinous shell.
I thought maybe that was a suit of armor or something. That's pretty weird. I've never seen your kind before.
It is not armor, as you would say. The Mantis men grow their own carapace, which is used to protect their meaty body.
Brilliant.
Wow. Yeah.
The chitinous shell is very protective, which makes my race very feared and misunderstood. We're not all mindless, rage-inducing beasts.
Daddy punches you in the chest.
It just like makes a little.
Whoa! That's crazy.
Take like one.
Yeah.
I take one of my arms and like go brush off the dust.
I say let's take him with us.
It's eerily flexible, but it has it feels almost like the impact of like a football pad, right? Like it's like tough but kind of flexible, and it
Like a
takes
slap bracelet quarter snap.
yes, slap face the quarterstaff. Yes, thanks to
Eight diagrams.
eight diagram pole fighter.
Yes.
It's a rich
Go watch
tradition to watch
today.
kung fu movies after our streams. So
Yes.
we watched 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, the classic Shaw Brothers film last time.
Classic.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that the Black Galley men took your friend?
Tell me more about these Black Alley men. I have not
Galley
heard-
men.
Galley men.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just these rude dudes who take people sometimes. I don't know.
Apparently they take people a lot, and I love that we're getting to know each other here. And I love that we're oversharing this and just becoming good friends. And I love that we are united with a common foe and a common goal, but we should probably move.
I'm cycling for you guys. You're not seeing the screen.
I begin to
Players.
cross one of my like 4 of my 6 arms.
Yes.
I have 4 arms, so I cross one set while keeping the another like gripping my halberd. I believe I have 2 halberds actually.
Oh shoot!
No, I
That's
think
awesome.
you got one halberd.
Oh, I don't. I only have 1 halberd. I thought he had 2 halberds and a bunch of
He has a bunch of like obsidian, basically ninja stars, like
sick.
throwing stars.
Awesome.
He's the straight warrior of this group.
Yeah.
Dostinar has a lot of great command abilities and is definitely very powerful on his own, but the Tyrdot style allows him to make multiple attacks with claws, a bite, and a halberd, and can be throwing things. So he's a dangerous foe to be reckoned with.
Well said, Magic Sky God.
Lead the way. I'm not so scared anymore.
Where do you feel like we should go?
Well, look up there. You can totally tell they're like having a party or something like that. Which
Hold. Something comes to mind.
A second galleyman has walked down and is talking with the first, and they're clearly glancing in your guys' direction as they're talking.
I'm so accustomed to being near Tribion, I forgot the power of my Serapi blade, which I can use to create a mind link.
Excellent.
awesome.
So I get real intense with my sword right now.
Awesome.
This
I
image,
can-
I can't get over these character portraits. Are just so incredible. I got it up on the screen with your
Yeah.
blue flaming sword.
With like the little like demon face coming off of it.
So I use command to communicate with what it says is my forces in battle. Will you allow this encounter to qualify?
Rolling is an excellent way to avoid attacks.
That's what Mind Link does. It's communicating with forces in battle. I don't know. That seems like a stretch. I'll just make it more difficult.
I'm down.
So I think that would be it'd be a 4. It'd be a great challenge.
This is your
Do you
bad
think
night.
its
This is
You
your
don't know
typical
where he
convention
is.
would
You
be
just choose
to
one,
like
and then you
amplify
subtract
a
them from each other.
simple halt about phase just
Yeah,
to
you rolled that. It would
multiple
be-
contingencies?
Yeah,
It'd be a
and
1.
I think they have these.
would be
We're
one
seeing a
negative
skeleton
1,
of
because that's
community
what we should
rules
get
in
that.
this, where the idea is that, especially Fate is really great for it, and she's really embraced it with Mindjammer and with this, where you're like, okay, now we're shifting from the spectrum of like being characters, plotting our individual emotions, and then we're like, what are our communities doing, right? And then we're like, my community is going to attack this other community. My forces of Vrigos are going to like assault this base, and then you're rolling in the same way that you would, you're resolving it in the same way that you do with Fate. So I think that those kind of actions, I think, would be more pertinent in those situations. Or at least I think there's one that you can make some kind of like community actions or something with your command.
Well, I would be comfortable using it as, like, just to broadcast a signal if that fits better.
Yeah,
And I also
it says to allies and
it says to forces.
forces.
And I'm
in
like,
battle. Yeah, I think it'll just be great. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you
Okay.
saying? Is it something that you don't want them to hear?
I guess.
Are you hiding something for the rest of us?
No, like what?
I meant like the Black
yeah,
Galley.
the Black Galley.
Yeah.
The way I read it,
Bot does not take
seemed,
kindly to such things.
it seemed to me like that it would kind of like telepathically broadcast a
Yeah.
command
Okay.
to my forces. So, I guess my command would be give us a sign
Okay.
if you're able.
Give me a roll.
I'm ready for the mind link. Do it to me. Clearly not doing it
Yeah.
to me.
I like lean back as if I'm like not expecting anything.
Well, this is twice. We're
I
gonna have to
know.
go to the Heroes Guild.
Get wild with these rolls.
Little kids, guys.
Okay, that's
Nice.
1 plus 3.
4.
Yeah, that'll do. I had said 4.
I'm not
But I
feeling
lied. I'm gonna say it's
anything.
5. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not feeling anything yet.
Silence.
And also your sword could be aiding you with its command.
That would be a +1, so it would be 5.
5, yeah.
if you really wanted the 5.
And then I would just hide. It wouldn't
I'll
succeed.
haggle in this instance.
The no GM. No, it's higher. I can't let my players succeed.
That's
then I
definitely your
lose.
style key.
Yeah, you. I'm going to. Yeah, I think it is just audible to everybody. Does that seem? That seems right to you?
It wasn't how I interpreted the.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would it be a mind link
Forces in battle. Yeah.
instead of a like rally or something?
Okay, no, I think it works.
I don't know.
Yeah, and also,
Okay.
so you say give me a sign if you're able,
I shall call you Cricket.
you get a connection,
Everyone's getting a nickname.
a psionic mental link established with Chibion.
Which Chiban could communicate telepathically, right?
Yeah, but he didn't know you were out here. But then you said this,
So
and you guys all hear it in your heads of like, give me a sword.
I'm fine if this
Oh,
is
yeah, there it
one
was.
side, like if Chiban can talk back to me, but I wouldn't be able to talk back to
Yeah,
Chiban.
whatever. You can even hear the blinking.
My baby.
Dostinor, I sincerely apologize for my foolishness, but I was paying too close attention to the psionic waves of those aboard this ship, and I was not paying attention to the fact that someone was standing right behind me. It logically does not make much sense that one would have noticed me, considering that I was being very sneaky.
Wait, who is this?
This is my ward.
Sophie's character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got captured. That's why we're trying to board the ship.
And
that's-
looks
Which character is Sophie?
alien-like, yeah.
Chibion.
Oh, hey, yeah, blue alien guy. Got it.
Chiban is safe.
That's excellent news. Now, where is Chibion?
Chiban has not reported that critical piece of information.
Where, give me a
Classic
second
Chibaba.
and I will, but Chibion tells you that I am safe, but I fear not for much longer, considering there is one of those robed figures aboard and inspecting myself and the other captives that have been brought here, all who I can tell by reading their thoughts are locals of this community. One is a blacksmith, one is a... So just listing off professions for no good reason. So that cold analytical thing,
Yeah.
and you're like, no, these details are not important.
Yes.
You there, Blue Frog. You talk too much. Now is the time for action.
Well, you're not seeing it because they made a mental thing, mental link.
Excuse me.
But yeah, you learn that. And then where are they at? I think they're in the cargo hold, which is M.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you're okay. Got it. No, got it. Okay, piecing it together.
He's Chibion is psionic, and so can.
Yeah, he's the blue guy. So you're the one that we're trying to rescue. Got it. Okay, cool. And you're in the ship.
Downstairs.
All right. I say we make haste in that direction. Back. I apologize for being rude. I am Chinda, servant of Unthor, Lord of Time. No big deal. But we have time for formalities later. For now, we must fetch Chibion.
Completely just like not self-aware. I go, hello there. I am Dree Bonbach of the Claw Dance Collective. It is good to meet you, Forhorn. I gave everyone nicknames.
No. And I can't resist shaking a hand.
Yeah,
Just strong handshake, gotta get out there.
I have 4 hands, so I'm willing to be able to give all of you handshakes at the same time.
Fabulous.
It is a firm but very slender handshake. Very confusing.
It's a little pokey. You're
Yeah.
a little.
It you pull back and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah, and their claws. They're like.
Yeah.
Imagine it's like shaking hands with Velcro.
Perhaps.
Sharp.
I think it looks more like a 3 or 4 raptor claws. Personally.
Oh.
Yoda. Alright,
Tis a pleasure. I'm sure you will be an asset on this journey. So try not to get in the way.
I don't have eyebrows to raise, so I'm using like my mouth to kind of like show what I'm doing, but I'm kind of like taken back a little bit, like did this human
No.
really just say that to me?
Oh, yes, I did. And I don't notice. I just.
Don't worry about her.
right.
She's always like that.
It is good to hear that, little cricket.
So is it
So weird.
is it clear? Do
We
we
make
have
music like crickets.
eyes on stairs down below deck?
Yeah. So you're gonna be entering on the main deck, right? There's we'll say here we can put you guys. And say you're not actually on the upper deck, but you're standing on the dock, and there's a. Let me shift the camera here so that people can see what we're talking about, and they can appreciate Kelly's Topo Chico.
Sponsored by Topo Chico. No, I wish.
All right, so you guys are standing on a invisible dock here, right? And would be entering. Up a plank there. There's 2 figures who are hanging out on the plank. And are talking about it.
We on the poop deck.
Oh, did you from that psionic exchange identify which ship?
This is one ship. The
These are the different
Oh, these are different
Yeah.
levels. Got it. Okay, cool.
It's a big ship.
Do we know what general direction?
Yes, M.
Okay, L. Got it. Cool.
So we have to first get past we need to do something about these watchmen.
Bok, I feel like this looks like something you might be proficient in.
Hardly a challenge. I welcome a good bit of exercise today.
Yeah, but we don't want to be loud on that ship. I mean, I know they're having a party, but you think you can take care of them quietly?
If you are swift enough, you can take them out before they make any noise. I will ready my ninja stars. I don't know what to call them.
What do they?
I just assume, you know what? I'm just gonna say
they're under
in
your
lore.
equipment, and they say like obsidian. I think they're called obsidian stars.
Obsidian stars. I like to think they're fashioned from like something he grew off of him. Just like kind of like peeled them off and like from like a
They're
previous
from your
thing.
fallen comrades.
Oh, and I'm like just wastefully throwing them at people.
No, you're picking them up afterwards.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Because you only have like 5 of them or something, right?
I'm like that kid that like throws stuff and then I like go over to like pick them up afterwards. I'm like, wait guys, hang on, I'm reloading.
I gotta
Enough
collect
guns.
all my things.
Yeah, absolutely. So, let me see. I can use athletics instead of unarmed combat.
Do you wanna? Is there some funky time stuff we can throw down to help with a swift dispatch?
I feel
don't
like
know
I
if
can
we
speed
should-
time up for him. Can I speed time up so he can like be
Yeah.
extra quick with it?
Yeah, the impression I got from watching the stream of them doing this, that every shift you succeed on it gives him a +1.
Nice. Cool. So I'll start swinging my demon sand clock metronome tool. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, your incense burner.
Yeah. Full demons. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to speed time up for you so you can more quickly and effectively dispatch.
Cool. Let's start to I'm gonna get a little twitchy. Hopefully. Let's see.
All right. So.
Oh no.
Can I
Get to add your time.
So add my time, which is +3, which brings me to 0, and then my demon has
Yeah.
a +1 in time.
Yeah, your demon will provide teamwork and give you a +1. So what is your total?
+1.
A +1 total?
Yes. I did not roll.
Oh, yeah, you rolled.
I did not. I rolled really terribly.
You could use fate if you want, or you could potentially invoke one of these situational aspects we got going on here.
Okay. I will invoke that they're busy kind of partying and just messing around with each other. I imagine that they're just like playing a game where they just like punch each other. And he's like, oh, and then
punchies. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
back.
they're on watch, but it looks like they left the party kind of drunk for their shift, right? So they're not paying very close attention to you, and you're able to swing your censer about and chant in the ancient words of Anthar, and you guys see ripples of time flowing around our Tyradot master Dree Banbach over here.
Getting twitchy.
And all right, so wait, you had a +1, so then you'll have a 3. So I'll say you use. Or would it be more advantageous to say that this is creating an advantage? Let's do that. That may make more sense. Yeah. And so the advantage has to do with he is hasted.
Quick fight. Quick dispatch.
Unimpeded by the threads of time.
That sounds really fucking. Forking cool. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a PG-13 or not.
Same as
Yeah,
Friday
I think
night.
13 is a good.
Oops.
Star Trek never cursed, so I'm channeling Worf, or a flavor of him, so.
And you got the
Spicy flavor.
Spicy wharf.
Thank you.
and your mother had a flat forehead.
Love it. Rubber forehead.
Yeah, actually, kind of looks a little. He's got a little.
All right, so Dree Banbach is unimpeded by the weight of time with 1 free invoke, so you can Taylor invoke that a single time without spending a fate token, but it will remain for this scene. So even past that 1 invoke, you could invoke it by using fate tokens.
Oh, okay. So the first one is free, and then after that. Got
Yep.
it. Cool.
Yep.
Well, I definitely am going to use the unimpeded by the weight of time advantage, or whatever the. I'm trying to remember the fate equivalent.
Aspect.
Aspect. Thank you. And I would like to use my obsidian throwing stars.
Excellent.
I'm going to aim for. This is pretty brutal, and people are probably going to be like mouth agape, like, "Oh my god!" But of course, my people are just. We just have different sensibilities. We understand and live and die by the sword. So I'm going to use my obsidian throwing stars to go straight for their throats, so that they cannot alert the others.
Excellent. Yeah, to boil it down to its simplest, his people are like the orcs, or are kind of like orcs in this world, right? Where they're just like really prone to rage and anger and violence, to a point that they can tend to be really, really warlike people.
That said,
some of them study the mystical art of Tyradot, and they learn to center themselves, and they become these mystical warriors who are capable of controlling their emotions. But the
like
struggle,
an orc monk.
Yes.
That's one of Sophie's classics.
An unk,
the orc monk.
She created a whole faction of orc monks.
The mork. Oh, there we go. I'm a mork.
Fantastic.
That sounds better than the unk.
All right, give me a roll, Taylor.
Okay.
And you're adding your ranged combat skill,
Yes.
which is under your skills in the top leftish.
First box.
Okay, yeah. Then ranged. Oh, I guess the ranged combat is average. But that's okay.
It's still a +1.
I also saw. Oh, that's defending versus missiles. Never mind. So I don't need to do any stunts. There we go.
Yeah, you're more powerful in melee, but yeah, this will take them by surprise.
Ooh.
And
This is the good.
That's your good one.
This
and that's
is
your
the
bad
bad
one. Indeed.
Indeed.
And
Did you invoke your thing already?
I
Did I
did.
miss it?
I missed it. Or
so
I invoked my thing.
you can invoke it to get a +2 on this roll, or to re-roll the dice if you feel like you can get better than -2.
I have not been doled out. Oh, here we go. My fate tokens.
And you get 5, yeah.
Sweet.
5 fate tokens.
So if I invoke it to get +2, is that on top of the +1? Or
Yes.
So I'm essentially invoking it twice. Is that right? Or does it only give a +1 when I'm doing it the first time?
No, it gives you a 2.
Okay, so
you got a +1 from your skill, right? And then you get a +2 or a reroll from invoking this.
If I do +2, will it succeed? Or I guess I can't
This
ask.
is going to be against a roll of theirs.
Oh, okay, got it. So in that case,
Dice of my own. I'm playing a game too.
Can I boost using one of my fate tokens?
Boost him.
Yeah.
Yep. You have to use one of your aspects, though.
Yeah.
What was your total so far, Taylor?
it was. So if this makes this a -2 plus, I think it's a 1 in total. So I get a 1 advantage in because of range combat. Then I'm getting 2 from the haste.
Yeah.
And then this is a -2, so in total it's a 1.
Okay. And you could additionally spend fate tokens and invoke any of your own aspects. If you're like, I'm a Tyradot master, or any of that, like to justify that you would succeed at this, then you spend a fate token and you get another +2 or reroll for each of those. Every invoke gives you a 2 or a reroll.
I mean, probably the only one that would even apply in this case would be I'm fighting fighting my instincts, which I feel that my instincts would probably have been to like just go up and like grab them by their throats with my claws and just like throw them overboard.
Yeah, fighting your instincts. That sounds
That's
good.
the only way I could see any of these.
Yeah, because
working.
your instincts are to jump in and wade into battle and be in it, so you're fighting your instincts. So yeah, you're focusing and centering. So you can spend a fate token if you want and get another +2. Or you can hold off.
Are you gonna boost it?
Yeah, I'll definitely
do it?
vote one of mine. Barney is enamored by this creature, just absolutely star eyes over this creature. So I'm using my spellbinding storyteller to basically be telling the story of the great Mantis Man as he runs very quickly and disperses these characters by cutting their throats, which Gaddy thinks is totally bugging off.
Excellent.
So it's like she's like really quietly then stealthily playing her thing, but also like
composing the tune.
But like speaking what he's doing and everything's like, and he's totally red. And like,
are you like the Tenacious D of our group?
Yes.
How tall is Gaddy, by the way?
I mean, she's a normal like average 22-year-old human.
How tall
maybe
is
like
this Mantis Man,
5'3", 5'4" or something.
I assume he's very tall. I mean, he's like.
He looks massive.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if later I can reward you by like carrying you on my shoulder as we go into.
I definitely hate that.
All right.
When Mantis Man strikes, he dispatches every.
Your total is a
like
3,
that.
Taylor. So right, you had a 1, and then he just boosted you by 2.
Yes.
So you're at a 3.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled and.
He's gonna rip your face off if you're not careful.
All right, under your equipment, the stars, it should say SI plus something.
There we go. SI +1.
All right, so this is a lesson for everybody. SI is stress increase. So if you hit, normally you hit with a weapon. If you're doing like just a regular without anything, that's a stress increase. You're like, I beat their roll by 3 shit. I beat them by 3, right? So then you deal them 3 stress. But if you have SI bonus, a stress increase bonus, that means that if you hit, however many you beat them by, you add that number to it because you're hitting them with a powerful weapon, right? It's the equivalent of doing more damage with your weapon, right? So you had a 3. My result.
For reference, the halberds are an SI of 4.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get hit.
My result.
Better quit.
My result was a 1. So you.
Total 3.
Yeah, 3 stress. They suffer.
Straight for the jugulars.
You'll never see him coming because it's radical.
Even though I bellow out when I approach.
You do one of these with both sets of arms, and then fling them forward. And one of them took two stars in the throat because he was facing like a weird direction and wasn't paying attention. And the other guy saw the stars hit him first, and he ducked out of the way.
Oh.
And all right, so initiatives of some kind. Daniel and we'll say that was a surprise round. So
Is it based off like notice or something?
it's based off of notice, and I actually have them written down for you guys. So Hannah's gonna go first.
Oh no, he missed.
Dusty the wall. He crashes into the water.
Quietly, I hope.
Well, the eyes of law are closed.
Would this be a good time to break 8 torn out, or should we before combat, or should we go for it?
Let's go a little bit deeper
Yeah.
and break. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going deep.
I'm gonna roll back.
I shall go deep with my halberd into his stomach.
Yes.
Do not fear. I shall take out the other ones soon enough.
I kind of. Could I maybe go for it? I want to use command to create an advantage. And I'm thinking something like scared for his life. Like I kind of want to intimidate him, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Oh, sweet. That's 3
Hells
plus
yeah.
3 plus my sword.
Yes.
So that's 7 total.
7. Dang.
Dang, dude.
Destroyed it.
If you value your worthless life, hold.
All right, and you're creating an advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So succeeding with style on that, you can create a situational aspect with 2 free invokes, or gain 2 free invokes on an aspect that already exists. So perhaps respecting the Bright Trinity, you could get 2 more on there, or you can create a new one of like frightful presence or something like that.
I mean, the fact that his buddy is now in the water, I feel like you could. Can you make that? Could you spin that as like an aspect where it's like the fact that there's like a dead body or a buddy missing?
Or you could say that this was an overcome action, and so you're chasing him away, but you're succeeding with enough style to get a boost to future roll.
I feel like giving 2 to respect the authority of the Bright Trinity is a
Okay.
good call.
Cool. Excellent. You glow with some brilliant light.
Indomitable rage.
and he stumbles and kind of falls backwards on the gangplank and is like crab walking backwards at the gangplank in shock and awe.
Great.
And he is gonna go. Actually, Callie, you have a 2 notice as well, right?
I do.
All right, then you go next,
All right.
and then he goes.
So can I? Okay, let me know if this would work. So can I walk up and invoke the Eye of the Law is closed, and I imagine that he's like kind of back against the rail of the ship, or like water is behind him, basically, like his buddy just fell over, and I want to step forward and say, it's like this is what happens to people who get in the way of the Trinity, and stab him with my dagger.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Plus your, I think it's called melee combat skill.
All right.
Under your skills.
Cool. So that's a +1.
And I think you could. I don't know about invoking the Eye of the Law is closed. I'm having a hard time seeing that, but definitely like respecting the authority of
Okay.
the Bright Trinity. Like you're like cowing him with your presence, and
Okay.
you get up close.
Cool. Well, I'm going to invoke that. So that brings me. Does that add a bonus?
A
to
2, yeah.
Okay, so that brings me to a +2, and plus my dagger.
The SI bonus you only get if you hit.
Okay.
But you're adding your melee combat.
Okay, so
bonus.
I'm at a +2.
All right. Sorry.
Ugh. Can you stop with the good rolls?
He doesn't have any bonus though, so he is at a 3. If you invoked something else, you would get him. Which could be something for free, or you could pay a fate point.
So this is the free stuff.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't know. I could potentially see Eye of the Law is closed.
Yeah, I guess like the way I envision that with Eye of the Law is because I'm a person of like statue and like a person that's like known. Like for me to actually kill somebody is like a huge no-no. Like that is not playing by the rules.
Yeah.
But since the Eye of the Law is closed, by invoking that, this is kind of like my getting my hands dirty and doing what I need to do to like make sure the balance is restored, like to my like personal advantage or to my party or to like my immediate needs.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. He's backing up and he's starting to call out. He's like white blades, you know. And he's calling like Galliman, and you're like, the Eye of the Law is closed. All right, and so
Most impressive.
what was your total then again? If you invoked the Eye of the Law, would give you another 2, so that
So it'd be a
you're beating him
+4.
4. So you're beating him by 1, and then your dagger is a
+1. Yeah.
So he takes 2 stress, and he's not dead, or he's not unconscious, but he has like given up this fight.
Okay.
You stab him and he drops to the ground and is just like bleeding and is like, like leave me be, don't kill me. He's like, I know not of this bright trinity, but I fear it. I have come to fear it. All right, and that was
I just wipe off my dagger and reholster it.
So Taylor and Daniel both have 1, and the tiebreaker on those is athletics. So what are your athletics scores?
Oh, it'll be him.
Okay, yeah.
+4.
Yeah, okay, so Taylor, you will go first.
Okay. So you've already stabbed him, correct?
Yeah, he's still alive though.
Okay. So we need to silence him.
And you can move, in Fate, you can move 1 zone for free every turn, as long as there's not something in the way. So you guys can run up aboard the main deck of this ship and be at sea for free.
Okay. I
And
definitely.
still do a thing.
Can I say I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which one is Dree over here?
The one that looks like a mantis.
The mantis one.
Oh, okay, cool. I couldn't see. Yeah, this is pretty baller.
The mantisy one.
Oh yes, that one. Sorry, I keep thinking of myself as a crab. I get those mixed up all the time.
I know he does look pretty. He is pretty crab-like.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them are pretty cool. I feel like Mantis Man is probably just what people have like learned to call his race after we came here eons ago. And I'm still kind of a little bit touchy about the way people treat my race.
Yeah.
So
All right,
I have kind of a chip on my shoulder. Well, I'm gonna finish the job. I'm about to launch myself up that plank, and I'm gonna come up there with my what's it called? It's called the two-blade.
Two-blade halberd.
Two-blade halberd. There we go. Cool. So yeah, I'm about to go up there and just stab him right through. You know what? No, that's not savage enough.
He's not fighting anymore. For what it's worth.
I mean,
I have no reason
do
to
you
just...
have the aspect fighting your instincts?
I do have an aspect of fighting my instincts. Are you wanting to question him?
No, I'm kind of like, I feel like you could compel yourself to have to kill him.
You maybe explain that
So-
to Taylor how that works.
Yeah, if you want a fate token at any point, or you just see a situation where you would get yourself in trouble in a way that will make yourself and the group in kind of more of a situation than you should be, you can say, I'm going to compel myself with this aspect. I'm fighting my instincts, and you get a fate point, but you put yourself in trouble, right? You're like, I do something kind of stupid.
Was it said what killed his fellow, I'm going to say legionnaires? I'm just going to call them that. Did we ever identify whether it's like race or like, group or...
The flame, the fire cloud, right? I think
The fire cloud?
which is not, as far as we know, related to this.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, are they a group of like, I'm wanting to be very distrustful of whatever has attacked my fellow legionnaires.
Okay, actually, all right. So I can compel you and say that these guys are wearing you as you're approaching, and you're feeling like stillness in your heart, and you're like, I can let this guy live. You see that he is wearing kind of a holy symbol to one of the Reaver gods, who are like the kind of ultra destructive. They're not so much gods as they are just godlike monsters, and they're associated with these chaos beasts that ravaged your land and slew your people. And so, for whatever foul reason, these people put their worship in these kind of evil, vile, savage, crazed gods that are behind the destruction of your people. So I'm going to compel you, but I'm going to say that you're kind of in a wild rage, and you just want these people to die.
Yeah, so I was going to say, while on one hand I do have the wild instincts that are a part of the Mantis Men, I am supposed to be a calm and disciplined warrior.
So you could accept the compel and get a fate token, or you can say, no, I'm
That's the
holding it
thing.
together.
That said, I am losing it when I see that he's got that pendant, which reminds me of the time when all of my fellow legionnaires were slaughtered and scattered to the wastes.
Yep.
And
by these chaos beasts.
Yes.
He worships their leader, so to speak.
So that reminds me, my eyes go red. I'm pretty sure they're blue in the thing. So they start to go red, or maybe black. I think black might actually be better. Either way, they color change. They're like mood rings. Yeah.
Yeah, they are blue.
And I just become filled with rage. And immediately I was like, foul beast, I shall rid your lot from this world. And I just like slice his head off.
All right, give me a roll.
Not even.
Actually, I don't think you need to roll.
Baller.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
All right, do I?
This obsidian bladed axe cleaves through this man's head. his weird oblong head screams as his head plops into the water.
I was gonna say, does it come clean off, or do I not even quite get it through and it's just like flopping over?
Like how grotesque.
Yeah, and it just like falls over and just starts leaking blood everywhere. I want it to be really like if someone were to like come up on us, it's pretty obvious what happened, and I may have screwed us on our mission. I feel like if I'm going to get a fate token for doing something stupid, it's gotta be stupid.
They specifically in the Fate Core book coach for GMs of like if people are like fishing for a fate token, they don't really cause trouble, but they're like, I'm gonna do this, you know, I'm gonna fate token for it. It's like no, you have to insist that it really causes trouble. So I think not only that you killed this guy who is not necessarily, but that you're gonna stop it. You're not going to stop until the rest of them are.
Oh, anyone else who happens to have a pendant. Yeah. I might be compelled if someone can, like, get me back in.
Yeah. It'll take some rolls or something to shake them out of it. Or
I'm pretty upset. Okay.
All right.
I'm pretty upset.
You step aboard the main deck. 2 sets of enormous oars and a huge seat by the main mast. Empty rowlocks, which look like they could hold normal-sized oars, but there are a strange lack of seats for people to actually row.
Are we still in initiative or no?
Yeah, sorry, Daniel.
Oh, that's okay. I just didn't know if that was like end of combat and
I think
just
we
kind of
could
do whatever.
stick in initiative, yeah.
I mean, there's still a corpse.
So
can you make it like speak from the dead?
No,
it's so cool.
Gaddy walks up to this de-headed human and is just still quietly playing Mantis Man will kill you even if you give up. Like, but still so enamored, like yes.
And some of the blood's like splattered on the side of your face and you just keep going.
Yes. I am going. So that's you said move for free. One zone.
Mm-hmm. As long as there's not like something in the way.
A quick question about what you think this particular thing that I have. One of my stunts is called Performer, and I just don't understand what it grants anyone.
What does it say?
It says use rapport to affect everyone in your zone, plus 1 zone per skill level above 1. So what I think that means is I can affect people up to, since my rapport is 4, I can affect people up to 3 zones beyond mine.
Read it one more time, the stunt.
Use rapport to affect everyone in your zone. I don't know how I'm affecting them, but I'm affecting them. Plus 1 zone per skill level above 1.
Yeah.
So I can affect people up to 3, but I don't know what I'm affecting them with.
You can affect people up to 3 zones away.
But how am I affecting?
So
that's what I'm confused about.
That's just going to be using like what rapport normally does. So let me get you some examples that could be. This is for everybody, but you're welcome to grab this. This is the Fate Core book, and a lot of the skills are in here. If they don't have asterisks next to them on your character sheet, then they're going to be in here. And each one is laid out in such a way that you're like, rapport, this is what an overcome roll with rapport would look like. Here's what a created advantage with rapport would look like. You can't use attack, but you might be able to use defense. And each one specifies what the 4 different moves look like with that skill. So and they're not mechanical in that much of a way. Like for instance, in this, you're like created advantage. Use rapport to establish a positive mood on a target or in a scene, or to get someone to confide in you out of a genuine sense of trust. You could pep talk someone into having, and then they do the like asterisk for aspect, right? Elevated confidence, or stir a crowd into a joyful fervor, or simply make someone talkative or helpful. So you could do that instead of just to one person. You could do it to a bunch of people.
I see. Yeah. So this is like the bard, like sort of like perform.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. I'm not going to use that, however, right now.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to try to create an advantage for us to know the safest path from here. Like, where do we go to find Chaibayan?
Okay.
what I'm after.
I think notice would be good.
I was thinking investigate.
Investigate, yeah. I could see that.
Cool. So I'm like diddling my tune still about awesome Jerry Bombach, and then
you're kind of
looking around with my weirdo alien eyes, like trying to like notice like maybe places where they had drug people, or like where are we headed?
You're kind of picturing the layout of the ship, the like possible layouts of the ship based on what you've seen and like what knowledge is in front of you.
Cool. I got a +3 because my alien eyes give me awesome infrared vision and magnification.
Excellent.
So yeah, 3. 3, 2.
I wanted it to be organic sounding, so it's kind of squeaky as they move, because they're not mechanical.
Yeah,
they're
that's
like
right.
alien organisms.
Very
Gross.
organic.
Gross. However, Drew Bonbach finds them quite charming.
And delicious.
Yes.
He's probably eaten zoans before, I bet.
Yeah.
People have zoan limbs. They have, arms and fingers and stuff that are zoans.
What are Zoans?
They're like an alien organism that using some kind of magic, people can get to graft to a person and connect with your neural network or whatnot and become a functional limb. Like they can be kind of shaped and grown.
So that's what that's what that is. It's not a race of people. It's like
Now they're like an organism that can be made to like latch onto a person and become their new arm, and they can control it.
Or like prosthetics. But
okay, cool. Like are they like
prosthetics.
a colony of single cell critter things that you graft on? Is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah, something like
They
that.
can function like an organ.
Yeah,
Got
but you gain control of it when the ritual is like done properly. And sometimes people are like particularly like their arm is super strong, and sometimes people are like my arm doesn't really work. Like sometimes it does its own thing, so it's a weird. It's like surgery in many ways, but magic.
I like to think of it as like a commensalism thing, where it's like, or maybe it's mutualism. I don't know. Maybe that's better. It's not quite like a parasite, but it's like an organism. It's like, well, I need to be able to get around and do stuff, and I also need some food, so I'll just hook in your blood supply.
This works for both of us.
Yeah, there you go.
What was your total?
I got a 3.
A 3.
And I was trying to create safest, or at least find the way, or safest path, or something like that. I don't know. I probably wouldn't know the safest path, but maybe with infrared vision.
I'll say quickest route. With 1 free invoke. So if you guys can narratively justify that being advantageous to a roll that you're going to use, then you can tap into it. Quickest route. Oh, sorry, Kelly.
okay.
Someone is working really late at the docks.
I haven't changed the track because you guys aren't quite in a tussle or anything like that. This is still the dock district. Kind of sounds. All right. It doesn't seem like anybody has noticed you guys.
Excellent.
And now that you're aboard the ship, you're hearing kind of the raucous sound of the carousing. They just, as a reminder, made this really big financial transaction. So
they're getting lit.
But they're still making a deal too with more people, right? With captives. But they just sold that box off. So
are they slavers, or they just happen to?
They are slavers, and you guys have gathered that they capture people in town and sell them to this cult that purchased this box from them. What was kind of the opening scenes.
Is that the very same cult that you mentioned earlier? Okay, got it. Just making a mental note there.
All right, so back to the top with Hannah.
I guess I will roll stealth to try to get down the stairs without causing an alarm.
Okay. That will be your stealth as opposed to my notice.
I have No stuff. What kind of a... What's that?
It was I didn't roll well.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Nice.
I
And you
crit.
rolled
Okay,
really well.
but we
Excellent.
established that's not relevant.
Yeah, unless it
Unless
says on your
specified.
ability. Yeah,
Okay,
there probably will be in the core rulebook, but yeah.
so 5.
5 bonus. Ooh, yeah, you
So a
succeeded.
superb
You
result.
succeeded with style.
You'd be styling.
Thanks. Extra.
All right, so I think. All right, let's see. Where are you going?
Down. Right.
I think the stairs down are by F.
Okay. By F? Dear
Yeah.
sweet God.
It's the back of the ship.
Are you moving all of us?
Right here. See
I'm just
these
trying to see how I get
these
to
are the
F.
stairs that go up to this.
I don't
so
know
I
what
think
that
you're-
was.
I guess that maybe
Is it
that's
a
a
hallway?
door.
I
Yeah, a
guess.
hallway. Or no, that goes down like that. I'm not really sure exactly how that.
Which one's the upper and lower deck? This is the upper deck, and this is the middle deck, and that's...
Yeah, so this is the main. We walk in here, and then those two are like. So you go up the stairs.
It looks like this stairway leads here, and this stairway leads here.
Yeah, I
These are
wanna
all
use
going
this
up
one.
in higher places on the back of the ship, like where the
These two go
Oh,
here.
good call,
Sorry,
Daniel.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, this stairway
This
connects with that one,
and this
Yeah.
one would
and that
maybe
one connects
go.
with that. Okay,
So I'd say maybe
so
we had.
you could go there without.
Just as I planned.
Just as Keikaku.
Excellent.
How far do I make it?
All right.
We'll just
They gotta make that thing shipwright. or seaworthy.
I'm going to say your advantage is you got a good hiding spot,
Sweet.
and you can see the scene before you. They are there's a group of about 10 locals, mixture of different races, of different ancestries of people, and one of these robed figures is kind of looking them all over, and 3 of the Black Galley men, and not the ones that you encountered up at the top deck were minions, right? They were lackeys, but the ones that you encountered out in the initial one that had those wicked morning stars, those are the ones that are talking about. They look like not necessarily officers, but they've got it together, and one of these cultists, and so all these captives are chained, and these guys are kind of just trying to talk the cultists into buying many of them, and they're haggling in this moment. And you snuck in and you found this stack of crates like right by the door that you were able to slip behind, and other people can invoke the hiding spot if they want to sneak into the room without notice.
Cool.
So that was Dostinor. So now Callie, Chenda.
Alright, I'd like to invoke the hiding spot, and I feel like I'd stay close to Dostinor. Because as much as I like to think I'm in charge of Dostinor, like, it's like a mutual, like, Dostinor also makes me feel, like, really safe and protected.
Do we need to invoke prior to?
No, you can roll before you invoke, because you might succeed without it.
Cool, so if I don't succeed, then I'm going to invoke that. And I'm going to slip in behind Dostinor. So that's a +1.
Is this a stealth roll?
Am I able to invoke like investigate or notice to add to this roll? Or because I don't have any stealth. So could I
No, I think you just roll with 0 if you don't have the skill.
Okay, so I have a +1.
And then you can invoke it for free. You can invoke the hiding spot for free.
Okay, I'll do that. So that brings me to a +3.
Yep.
Cool. I like that you don't have a DM screen.
I do. You can just look right past it.
It's hiding
We're on
from something in the corner.
It's
that
perfecting
should not
this
be
new setup. Certainly. I feel like I didn't get this quite right because I'm like peering through this weird veil of cables at him here. But of course, no one watching has any idea, right? Okay. You've got a 3.
Yeah.
I have
It's a good result,
also a 3,
which is also a good result.
which is a tie.
Meets it, beats it. I don't know if that's true in the system.
Now ties are just mechanically a little bit different. So you succeed at the action you were attempting, but at a minor cost.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or if you have a thought of things that you can invoke,
I think I'm going to.
aspects you can invoke.
Is that fate or this particular system?
Can I invoke?
That's fate.
Can I invoke time and just like speed my time up really quick? So like maybe I like stumble or like hit a creaky board and then I speed up time and just zip into the hiding spot.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
What aspect is this? The towering time priestess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Time priestess.
Are you re-rolling or are you just getting a +2?
I'll just do a +2.
Okay.
That's,
And it costs you a fate token.
yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Back to the floor.
Cool. So that gives me a plus. I had a +3, so +5
Yep.
total.
Yep. You succeed.
It's the perb.
So you're also at the spot. You guys are both in the hiding spot. I should get some.
Okay, so I see all the slaves. Do we see Chibion
Yep.
amongst them? Cool. I grip Dawsoner's shoulder and just like squeeze it, just like nervously. Like Chibion's like so close yet so far.
It's terrifying.
These are the 3 figures I had described.
Are they looking pretty tough, or are they just like
They look tough.
okay, tougher than the 2 scouts above? Can we tell that?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, they have these nasty crystalline morning stars, which is like that ball with all the spikes, right? And
Yikes.
and as you guys are like
It's a
you're
serious
watching them
weapon.
walk around, and you're seeing like from the tips of the spikes are hollow, and you see like liquid drip from the tips of them as they're kind of walking around.
You know,
Yeah.
sure that's not health juice.
It's bone hurting juice.
And I go Chibaba. Just
Is there 4 of them, or is that?
That's the cultist, the robed figure.
Okay.
say that under my breath.
Okay, that was Callie and Dree Bonbach.
If you'd like to go first, I'm about to ruin everything, so feel free to go for it.
I'm also about to ruin everything, so
Shall we do it together?
I'll go first. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent.
So, Getty comes silently down the stairs, and I'd like to take a negative. What's it called again? Sorry, compel myself to squeak
To squeak?
like a mouse whenever I see the Black Galley men, because I am
You're compelling your
frightened
fear. Yeah, excellent.
of the Black Galley men. So I'm like, I come down all confident because I'm like feeling pumped about the Mantis Man song that I'm totally like
Yeah.
wielding, but then suddenly I see that I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
And then I'd like dive behind.
Perfect. Because consequences are like wounds, right? And they become aspects of your character, but they are typically negative ones, right? And he has a mental wound from that original battle of not really battle, but that confrontation with the Black Galley, and they really terrified him with this really, really scary threat in his face. So he had this terrified of, and now it's been reduced to fearful of. But yeah, when you see them and you see that one of them is actually the one who got in your face, and you're like,
yeah, I'll just say that I'm not even like, I didn't even dive behind the boxes. I'm just like standing there frozen, like
stand there. Excellent. Yeah, grab a fate token for that.
I'll accept it.
And they whirl and look with surprise, and then their surprise slowly turns to the weird shark toothed grin.
May this man please come save my life.
Entry Bonbach.
So I have one question I'd like to clarify. In a lot of ships, they usually have like a hole that I guess they let sunlight through so that they can kind of help illuminate the lower decks. Is such a thing on this ship? If not, I'm about to make one.
You're gonna bust the hole in the wall. Let's see. Evens,
Yes,
evens,
no,
yes.
Oh, we can ask the audience.
Can I ask the audience?
Yes,
I'm not
please.
sure. Audience, are you into that? Yes, no.
Okay, so I have an aspect of it.
roll.
I have a
Forget them.
for
No, they've
aspects.
just been very quiet.
I have a shadow of the urge for chaos and blood. And that's one of those things I can invoke, correct? Because
Yeah,
I'm wanting to invoke it.
that's your shadow.
My shadow is the urge for chaos and blood. I'm already pretty
Yeah, you can invoke it or
upset.
compel it. Yeah.
Well, I'm I guess compelling it.
So
To get the
I
token?
think yeah. Compelling it would give you a fate token.
'Cause, I mean,
you're
this
making
is
your
not-
character do something that they probably shouldn't.
It's
But
not
I think
exactly
in
the
this-
smartest move, but I'm mad. Everyone else has gone stairs, and I'm just like, I do not have time for such things. And then I make my own door, or if there's already a hole, I just jump down because I'm wanting to basically just like land on one of these guys
Okay, gotcha.
with my halberd, just like cleave right through.
What are
them.
these sweet holes in the middle of the
That's
ship?
why
That's
I
for
asked.
the mast. It's not really a hole. It's the where the mast is.
That looks open to interpretation.
My question in that case, though I think it sounds incredible, is that too many actions? I'm a little bit confused about how that
Basically,
works.
okay.
I think
So then,
so.
do I just jump down behind them?
Give me 1 second, because I remember there being a hole that people.
Because here's the way. Have you got? Yeah, this sheet will tell you like what actions. It sounds like you're kind of creating an advantage as opposed to an attack.
Yeah.
Well, if I can get the advantage or the attack, I'll take one or the other, depending on what will make sense for what I can get away with. That said,
So you can get in the center of them without necessarily. I mean, with busting a hole or leaping into it, but mechanically, however you want to think about
Those are two different things.
being there. I'm just thinking that you're moving basically 2 zones because you're like up top. You'd be going downstairs and entering another room and having to pass through. Well, ultimately, you're having to pass through the obstacle of them to get right into the middle of them, right? So you'll just have to roll an overcoming an obstacle with athletics to get like right in them, but that will be your turn. But you'll be right in it for next turn.
okay.
Or you can move down and make a ranged attack from where everybody else is at.
I don't know if I want to do. Okay, so maybe that's. I'll not do the crazy badass thing. I don't know about throwing.
Or if you want to just run and be like right here, it'll be a lesser obstacle. But if you want to be like right in the middle of them, it'll be, I think, a
All right, so me
4, I'd
still
say.
being the not sneaky approach, though, that is invoking
Yeah.
the. Okay, I didn't know if I needed to be completely bombastic in order to get away with the urge for blood and chaos, because I'm just kind of like walking in.
No, and you can roll. You can roll before you invoke, because if you succeed, you don't have to invoke it.
Okay. Well, it's okay. So it's a shadow, though. That means that's a negative aspect of the character.
Yeah.
So
But it
I
could be
think the
anything
way
could
this
be
would
a
normally
book
work
or
is you'd say like, okay, I'm gonna do one of these actions. Here I go, roll.
Yeah.
And then if you like don't get the number you're looking for, then you invoke in order to get like a +2 or re-roll or something like
Yes,
that.
exactly. You pick a skill
Yeah.
that
Got
you're
it.
using, and then the type of action that you're doing. So, like overcoming an obstacle, you're trying to
Got it.
overcome the obstacle of like covering the distance so that you're right on top of them, right?
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to overcome an obstacle then to get close to them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll do that then.
yeah. I think it's either that or you're moved down to where everybody else is, and then make a ranged attack at them.
So
Could-
what skill is he using here to do this?
Excuse me, athletics.
Athletics.
Cool.
Okay.
I ain't got none of that.
I'll roll that one again.
Nice.
That one's a little bit better. That one's a little better.
Whoops.
Heroes Guildish.
Oh yeah, that is always a 6. It fell on the ground, but it was a 6.
But if it's a 1, they're like ready to re-roll.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that didn't count.
It's on
it
the
left
floor.
your hand. It's on the table now. I don't care that you didn't like roll it, right?
Well, if you want to keep the original one, then it'd be a -2. Otherwise, it's a 3.
Plus your athletics.
Plus
Plus
athletics.
4, which would make this an epic entrance.
Yeah.
I say
I feel like that's more narratively.
I wasn't paying attention.
accurate.
How bad of a fub was it?
What?
you originally rolled a 6.
I originally rolled a 6 on my bad
But
die.
but the other die fell off the table,
Yeah.
so you re-rolled both.
So I went to grab the other one. I was like,
No, I think you just re-roll the one that
okay,
fell off the table.
so it's a -2 then.
Sorry.
Well,
Plus the 4,
So you still
which gives
succeed.
me a fair result.
Okay.
I'm also invoking the Urge for Chaos and Blood. Just give me a +2.
sure. It's been token.
Great.
Yeah, you got plenty over there. Invoke it.
Sorry, invoke it.
All right. So you, however you want to describe it, but you end up in the middle of these guys. How do you want that to visually happen? I'm cool with you busting a hole or.
I would like to bust the
leaving or-
hole then.
Yeah.
So
excellent.
I just basically everyone's like left, and I'm just still like, and I just like take the two-headed halberd and just go, and all of a sudden everyone kind of like looks up because I'm distracting everyone with it, and there's like, and I just like fall right down in the middle of all of them.
Excellent. With a crash of wood splintering.
Oh, my eyes!
Dreebonbach,
The
mantis warrior, stands in the midst.
Oh gosh. That
I
is...
feel like in the moment
Awesome.
before that, I'm whispering to Dawson. I was like, I wonder where the men's. And then it's just like.
Shattered plank deck. Bucking.
My eyes turn into flames.
Mine turn into stars.
All right, and then we're back at the top with Hannah. Dusty Noir.
Well, I was planning on doing tactical shit, but that was so epic. Dawson was so into it. Yeah.
Some tactical shit. They're
I shall. I know no way but to
be
use.
tactical.
Yeah.
Oh, also,
It's time.
it's time.
For battle music. Nice.
So this year, my community is named I think it's the Legion of Hahagash. 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 Hahagash.
What you doing, Hannah?
Bloodied
to,
of charm. So I want it to be like.
Provide an
I'm just gonna say for the Legion.
For the Legion!
I'm not quite sure. Maybe you can give me some ideas. I want to help provide an advantage for Bombach. Probably, like, I guess what I have in mind is kind of like flanking. Part of the command skill is understanding a tactical situation. So I was wondering if I could, like, just, I don't know, tell me, what were you going to say?
You can use command to create a tactical advantage of getting the high ground or flanking or something like that. Yeah, getting a tactical positioning, and then you kind of just imagine it however that would make sense. But yeah, you can use command to like ensure that the group seizes that advantage, and then that advantage just exists as an aspect. Yeah.
Sweet. Not as sweet. Well, it's still +4.
That's pretty dang
That's okay.
sweet.
That's okay.
Do you want it against a particular foe, or just these guys in general?
I'm wondering if there's someone we really don't want to. I guess. Yeah, I would preferably the Void Cultist. I feel like as someone who does not need to leave this.
Yeah, so like a no escape kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
How about block the exits?
Yes. Yes, please.
So the booming voice of Dostinar resonates through the echoes through the hull of the ship. Block the exits! Echoing with the commanding presence of the demon blade.
I just imagine like several layers of voices when the demon blade is invoked,
Yes.
and that's super badass. That's super cool.
Reverb.
That reverb, man.
All right. Excellent. The galleyman. At least I think so. My athletics is a good athletics is what we break a tie with. I think that's higher than yours, Callie, right?
Yeah, I did. The exits are blocked.
All right, they're going after Tree Bonbach, who is in their midst.
Of course.
With this mighty, nasty morning star. One of them. So we got 3 here.
You're being attacked.
Don't worry about it.
Give me a athletics defense.
Got this.
Absolutely. I think I have something related to defense that I can do.
I think so it'll be on the right side of your sheet. I think it says something that you use athletics for your defense. In hand-to-hand combat.
I can ignore multiple defense penalties, or
Excellent. Okay, I'll take note of that.
if that works. And also there is I can make a physique roll to ignore any invoke of the general consequence. That doesn't require an action.
Okay, that won't apply at the moment because you don't have any consequences.
Also, chitinous skin is an SR of -1.
Okay. So that will reduce. SR is the opposite of SI, right? SI is like more damage with your weapon, and SR is a reducing the damage that you're getting inflicted because it's an armor.
Okay.
All right. So roll me your athletics defense.
And my athletics is from the skills, correct?
Yes.
Even though it's okay.
Yep.
So it's the same for attack and defense in that case.
It's in here.
Yep. And you're looking at a 6.
Oh, no.
For damage? For
You have
to beat.
For you to beat, yeah.
Okay.
Thing, I think.
Okay, so that's a 1 plus 4, so it makes it 5.
So I have to spend a few
And then
Is the 6 including the chitinous skin?
No, that will come into play if he hits you.
Oh, that's okay.
But it didn't say what it does.
And I'm gonna invoke Sinister Slaughterers to make this an 8. Put that in there. It's one of
brutal.
their aspects.
When defending versus missiles in acrobatic combat, gain teamwork from your melee and unarmed combat skills. Okay.
One more time, was that had to do with defending? We're just defending right
When
now. So.
when defending versus missiles in acrobatic combat,
Okay,
you
it's
gain.
not a missile. He's hitting you with a weapon.
Okay.
I checked that.
Oh wait, can't I also roll a physique roll to ignore an invoke of a general consequence? Or no, that wasn't a consequence.
That's not
Okay,
happening
Never
yet.
mind.
Okay.
He has a lot of stuff in here related to like attack and defense. So I'm just
Yeah.
trying to be like, what else can I invoke
totally.
other than just like
It's taking it all in, and that's his shtick too.
other than just like spending for
Because it says passion can do any of these. Inspire.
I think I need a few less huzzahs.
yeah. Huzzahs!
For sure.
So I guess I got a 1 plus the 4. Makes it a 5. So I just need to.
He's
What
at-
if I, so if I
he's at
if
an
I were
8
if,
right now.
okay, so he's at an 8 now.
Because I did an invoke.
Ah, jeez. All right.
But it's okay. We'll get hit back and forth.
Yeah, that's okay then. I'll just take it. I really don't want to like spend
You're
a
a beast.
fate point right now.
All
I
right.
got
What,
chitinous skin.
what is your total though?
It was a 5.
A 5. Okay, so he beat you by 3. His weapon has a +3, so it's 6 shifts right now. But you're reducing it by 1
Yep.
from your armor.
Yep.
So 5 shifts of physical stress is what you're taking. So you can check off boxes in the kind of the top part where the stress boxes are.
Yep.
You have to compensate for 5 points. So you can check off the 3 and the 2.
What were there any defense penalties? What is that?
Multiple
HDH?
defense penalties will come into play when multiple people are attacking you. So normally you get a -2 for each additional defense that you're having to make.
That would make sense.
I'm trying to think. This doesn't seem too great. Let's see. Is there anything I can? Wait. So it's too late for me to go back and be like, oh, I'm gonna invoke an aspect because I
You
don't like
can,
that
if you want to
result.
reduce the amount of stress you're taking, or possibly beat him, but you'll have to invoke different aspects each time you,
Okay.
and it'll cost a fate point for each one.
Battle the chaos that threatens the web. Which, by the way, the web is the web of the world. It's either that
The
or
World Wide Web.
I mean, these guys are wearing the necklaces of those people and of the Reaver gods, and that is the chaos that threatens the web. So that would make sense if you wanted to do that.
I'll invoke that.
Okay,
Yeah, and that'll reduce it by how many?
by
now?
2.
By 2.
Yeah, so then you'll only take 3 shifts of physical stress, and there is also a poison on this weapon.
He's not known for being tactically like.
Make a physique roll, difficulty 2.
Zero. Snake eyes.
Do you have physique?
Plus your physique.
Skill?
Oh, 3.
Okay, you're good.
Beat you.
You feel a burning on your chitinous shell, but you just like.
With one of my arms.
All right. The other two are working in tandem to attack you. So they're providing a. Actually, one of them is the other one is attacking you. The last one, who was the one who saw you, is giving you this nasty glare. But I'll resolve that in a second. This guy's attacking Taylor. Ooh, that's not good.
For whom?
He's got a 1 total. So you do your athletics defense again,
which is 4.
Yeah,
I can roll.
And add your athletics.
So, hold on. So that's -2, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So 2 for athletics.
2 total?
Yeah.
Okay, you succeeded. So he misses you.
Sweet.
All right. The other one's leering at Gaddy with his terrorize. Make a will defense, Daniel, against his provoke.
I got none of that. Willpower.
Yeah, and you're looking at 5.
Be good to me, dice. Not good to me. Should I reroll? Trying to get a 5? There's no way it's gonna happen. I'm gonna say that
And he's invoking your.
Should I expect this type of thing to like be the worse I do, the worse it's gonna be for me?
Yeah. He's provoking you, so he's dealing you mental stress.
Right.
It's a mental stress attack, basically.
Yeah, I can't be about that. Shoot, it's gonna be terrible for me. Yeah,
What are we getting ourselves into?
I guess I'm gonna try to use an aspect to re-roll.
Okay. What aspect is it?
Let me think.
And it can also be a situational aspect.
You can invoke your authority, Bright Trinity.
Am I a part of the Bright Trinity?
No, but you are in our entourage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my shadow. Tears and anger behind the smile.
Oh shit! That's perfect.
I am frightened, but my new comrades earlier took me from terrified to frightened, and I'm just remembering their words that they got my back.
Excellent.
So
Yeah,
I'll
you
pay a
wouldn't-
fate token.
Yes.
Don't you worry, we got your back.
Ugh, at least it's a 0. That's better than a -4.
Okay. And what did I say? A 5?
Yeah.
All right. So you take 5 points of mental stress.
So the way this works is I take the 1 and the 2 from my mental, and then I can do something with the rest of that.
Yeah.
Right?
You take a consequence.
Should I go back to frightened? Or it's back to terrified?
So you already have your so you have 3 blocks of consequences. These just aren't on this sheet, so it's a little bit harder to visualize. But there's a mild consequence is a 2,
I've
a
got
moderate is a 4, and then there's a major that's a 6. So since your 2 is already filled,
I would take
you have to take the 4. So you should check off your 1 box and then the 4. And that'll take the 5 points away. Does that make sense? Like, you don't need to check off your 2 box as well.
But I've already got that marked off for... You said this is for...
Yeah, so you're taking 5 points of stress, right?
So I've got...
But you have to take a consequence, so it's more strategic to take the 4 consequence and the
then
1
just
stress.
mark the 1, so I still have 2 mental stress.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Give me
Sorry,
my...
that's kind of confusing.
Nope, I get it now. What is my new...
You're new.
These people are just wrecking me. Galley, man, I'm gonna be so...
I know. I'm sorry.
PTSD about.
You're gonna like
Story
pee
of
yourself
your
every time you
life.
see a galleyman now.
Yeah.
Just not even any kind. It's just like you can be like a friendly dude, and you're just like, oh my god.
You are irrationally afraid of being eaten. Because he says something along the lines of like, "We're going to save you and eat you for dinner."
So does this? Am I just irrationally afraid of being eaten in general, or by the galleyman?
In general.
Oh God.
I guess your eyeballs already got
Yeah.
eaten.
That's just compounding it. All right. Afraid of being eaten?
Oh no.
Sorry.
No. That makes sense for my character.
On a successful provoke attack, since he's got terrorize, you also create a fair +2 obstacle to targets attacks against you or attempts to enter your zone. So in order for you to enter this room with him, you need to overcome a +2 obstacle.
I will not be trying to enter that house.
Okay.
I'm so terrified of being eaten. So I'm okay to stand on the stairwell where I stopped, but I can't. I wouldn't move forward without a difficulty.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not that hard, but it makes it a challenge.
Lovely. All right.
Okay, that was them.
And you said that was a moderate consequence. Because
Yep.
it was a 4.
Yep.
I'm going to start marking that.
Callie, Chenda.
All right. So how?
Sorry, that took me a minute there.
No, it's fine. So how are stunts incorporated in this? Is that possible to incorporate a stunt? Okay, because one of my stunts is healer, so I can treat moderate to severe consequences with lore.
I think that would have to happen outside of combat, though, because it takes time.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're
I
treating.
have time though.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm cool with that. Of using your time to make an action that would normally take longer, take shorter. You can do that.
All right. So I want to go over and slow down time, and we're gonna have another one-on-one talk.
So epic.
So I want to invoke my stunt as healer to treat moderate to severe consequences with lore. So I go over, put my hands on her shoulders, and look her in the eyes, and say, "Even Unthar, the Lord of Time, faces challenges. He was not always brave in the face of adversity, but he rose to the challenge and met it. You too can invoke this. Invoke the Lord of Time, rise to this challenge, and you can overcome it. You have the power within yourself, and I believe in you."
And everything around you is like in slow motion, and she's having this conversation with you. All right, give me a roll. And when you're combining multiple skills together, I think you use the higher of the two.
Okay, so am I invoking priestess or lore? Priestess would be a +4. Lore.
I think it would be
Priestess.
time or lore.
time or lore.
Because
Okay, that's
you're
a
slowing
+3.
down time.
Oh, I see.
Cool.
They're both a 3.
Yes.
Okay, that makes it easy.
That somehow like breaks through the time barrier. Whoa. Okay. Ooh.
I still think
You can
you're full
invoke
of
the
shit.
reroll.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely spend a token to re-roll this. That's cool.
Do it.
I had to do this last time with you.
I know. I'm such a
You're
complicated.
So stubborn.
I'm so stubborn.
So that brings me to +1, and +1.
You can invoke that.
Can I invoke the authority of the
Yep.
Bright Trinity?
Yep. So that gets you at a 3.
Yes.
Excellent.
Cool. So I imagine you're still full of shit, and I just like take a deep breath, and it just like everything like grows bigger and brighter, and I just like overwhelm you with the presence of Unthar.
Okay, so you got good enough to remove the minor consequence.
Yes.
The fear of the Black Galley man.
Yeah. Okay.
But you're still pretty terrified of the idea of being eaten.
Right.
Well, I feel like that will help get us through this battle.
Definitely. You know, sometimes some things you say are really stupid, but other times you say awesome stuff. You should stick with that.
I will try my best.
Excellent creative use of your mechanics there, Kelly.
Out of game, thank you.
Yes, thanks for the heals.
Gaddy doesn't know how to say that quite.
All right, Taylor. And give me 1 sec to explain some stuff, right? You have a thing on your right side, like in your like stunts and stuff, that says in melee combat you can use all of your different combat attacks.
Yeah, explain to me how that works,
Yes,
because that's what I'm ready for.
Yes. All right. So I know it's great. So you, in the same way that other characters, we've done this thing where they've gotten teamwork bonuses from working together with their own like demons or whatnot. Yeah, we should break in a second.
Do I get teamwork bonuses from my arms?
Yes, from all your different attacks. So you have, under your skills, you have melee attacks. Yep, skills.
Okay.
So that's your like main attack. What other ones? There's one that says like claw.
Claw, ranged combat,
Okay.
and teeth attack.
Okay. So each of those is going to contribute a teamwork bonus of 1.
Okay.
All right. So you got a +3 bonus. You also have your bonus from melee combat, which is like what, a 4?
For athletics, yes.
For athletics, yeah.
Yes.
So then you're looking at a 7 right now. Then you roll your dice, you add the 7, and then you can divide the 7 among any number of, or divide your total among any number of targets that you want.
Okay. Because I'm about to do.
I know it's weird, but it's actually really cool because you can be attacking a bunch of different people at the same time.
Yes. So I think I'm gonna like strike. Let me see here.
We'll roll first, and then
Yeah. All right.
and we'll go from there. And they've got a 4.
Well, I got still 7.
So he could just bring it
My roll was dead even.
balanced out. Okay.
on his bag.
So what you could do, because they've got a 4, so you could
Collectively,
you
they
could
have a 4.
Like all of them have a
each
4 to their defense.
Okay.
So you could hit one guy really hard with your 7, right? Or if you invoked, you could hit 2 people.
Well, yeah. So I want to hit one guy really hard because I can distribute the 7 how I want, right? So I'm gonna like, I'm readying my, I guess halberd, and I'm winding up. And then I'm doing like the German style, like slinging of like almost like a 2-handed blade or whatever, or 2-handed weapon. And so I'm passing like from one pair of arms to the other, just like whipping it and slicing through one guy clean in half.
Yes.
Like whoosh.
All right.
The guy goes, "Ah!" And then I actually go through with enough momentum to like
You're cleaving him.
cleave through like the next guy.
Okay, well, do you want to hit one guy with everything, or if you invoked, then you would have a 9, and then you could hit 2 people?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So
Okay.
I need to spend the fate token
Okay,
to do so.
yep,
Right.
yep, yeah, totally.
That's the idea. I'm ready to just like.
Okay, so a 9, if you hit 2 people, you'd have a 5 on one and a 4 on the other, right? And then what's the SI on your weapon, on your halberd?
A
right?
+4.
A +4. All right. So if you put that on the one that you did the most damage to, then that would be. What did I'm sorry. This is kind of
You said they had 4
mathy.
each, right?
I had a 4, and you had a 5 on that dude. So you had 1 shift plus your 4 from the weapon is 5 shifts of stress. He does not go down with that 1 hit. If you want to allocate your second attack to him, though, it might take him down.
So the first guy doesn't go down?
Yeah. I mean, you still hit him really hard, though. These guys are just tough.
What do you guys think? Like, I'm thinking, like, I wanted, my whole thing was I wanted to just, like, I didn't even know how much damage I was really going to do, but I kind of wanted to, like, do a whirlwind kind of thing.
I mean, knowing how much physical stress, you probably did pretty good.
Yeah.
5 and 4. Like,
5 and 4? I'll stick with that. 5 and 4 is good.
yeah, they're probably messed up looking.
Yeah, I just didn't want...
And you'll hit two different people?
2 different people.
Okay.
I'm going to do, like, I guess, a wide swing and hit, maybe this guy, and I bet we could question him for something. I don't know. You think we should kill him, or do you think we should just go for it?
That's the cultist, right?
Yeah, we need to question him, right?
Never hurts to harm.
Never hurts to harm the cultist.
Never hurts.
So
We'll
I
say
guess
this was the one
the
who...
maintain.
because that's the guy he's after you, and then
Yeah.
these 2 guys were.
Yeah.
Or is it all 3 of these guys were on me, or
No, the cultist hasn't done anything
Okay.
yet.
Well, I guess I'm gonna do the wide swing towards the one guy, and then also the cultist. Back, just gonna
okay.
take the back line. Who had the mace? I want to make sure you get the mace guy.
They both do. Both of the sailors. Sorry, I don't have the cultists. Alright. The cultist dies.
Baller.
Oh.
Well, you rake him across the throat, and he barely even steps backwards, and like you just catch him in the full of the throat, and he just
Hey ass.
Yeah, no.
You wanna- Got him. Smeared him against the wall,
That works too.
and then got the other guy. So this
Yeah.
is very visceral.
yeah. It's cosmic fantasy. Lord, battles. All right, so that was Tree Bonbach with his wicked axe, halberd. Bach. Daniel.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to use a fate point because I'm pretty sure the improvises section you have to spend a fate point to use those.
Yep.
I'm gonna use my embolden. I cannot find what embolden does in here.
Well, you did. It gives you a +2 to passion rolls.
Oh, that's what it does, though. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
And passion.
But in the passion, it says that I get to embolden them. So I'm like, it seems like a cyclical sort of thing.
Just the name of the stun is emboldened. Yeah.
So I want to
Passion
make a
is the
passion
way
roll. Well, that's not going to help me.
There's
Here.
the
I'm trying to. I was hoping that embolden would give people some sort of defense or like.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it doesn't
you
buff
can create
somebody?
an advantage with embolden, and then
Okay,
people are.
that's what you were
emboldened.
saying. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. So, I'm going to try to embolden my comrades to basically get a plus, or like I guess let's see, what is the advantage?
It'll create an aspect.
Right, I want to create an aspect to
See, like
Orion,
starting, like, yeah.
Orion's never say die, obviously. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm making a passion roll to do that,
Excellent.
and I get a +2 on it. Please, these dice tonight, Lord. Okay, so I got a -1, 2, 2, so 3. Darn. Okay. So yeah, that's a 3 to make that aspect.
Okay. And what do you think here? Heroes never die. Heroes don't die.
Yeah. Actually,
Heroes
what
stand
is
and
the
fight.
The eye of the law is closed. What is that about?
You guys convinced the guards to go away so well that
okay.
they're not paying any attention to what's going on here.
Never mind. I don't think I can revoke that.
Don't we all have like some sort of thing where like Dostinor is like the coolest ever?
I think so.
We all have some, except for like 2 people. I'm pretty sure Dostinor.
I know
is,
everybody's
like,
connected to Dostinor.
So you could, I don't know.
I don't want to spend
Maybe
another
connect.
fate point for this. I already spent one just.
No,
to-
I was saying that could be you're trying to figure out. You
Oh,
never
there's
say die,
the aspect
right?
part. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for I'm playing my lute to embolden y'all, so.
Yeah, I mean something like stand together and fight, or
The sound of fury. I
fury.
don't know.
Like Dragon Force.
you. He slit your throat and you didn't have a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sound of fury.
Nice.
That was lackluster. These rolls.
I mean that's
Rough tonight.
It succeeded.
though.
All right, back to the top with Hannah. Dostinor.
I would just want to wail on someone and done with this tactical bullshit.
The plan is clearly falling apart at this point.
I want to go for. Who was making
Oh, I should also say that there's like a bell ringing in the ship.
what?
Yeah. The sound of the commotion.
Clearly an alarm bell.
If you'd known that, you could have tuned
You know
your
what?
lute to
Okay,
the same
pause.
frequency to cancel out the
There's still time
sound
for
waves.
tactical shit, because I need to find who has I need to find a way to get the chains off. I'm going to use notice, I suppose, to look and see if anyone has keys or if those things even have locks.
You could definitely cut it with your demon sword.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. What do I roll?
Melee combat,
Yeah, I'm all on that.
Oh yeah.
and you can get teamwork, I think, because your sword is also
It is.
trained in melee combat.
Oh yeah.
Touched my hand, but I'll
No,
count
that's
it.
okay.
Okay.
And you'll
Oh,
get
this
a
is gonna be
plus
epic.
1 from your sword. Teamwork. Because the demon inside your sword is actually working together in tandem
Oh,
with
it
you as
is.
you strike. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's 3 plus 5, 8.
Dang.
You very
You
much.
definitely succeeded with style.
How can you not when you look like that, though?
Yeah.
You're hitting with this cool
Sparks from the lock create a fire
Oh yeah, burn this shit down.
that begins the ship ablaze.
Even Dree notices and is quite taken.
I think
Very respectful, Blue Shell.
rather than a boost, I'm just gonna say that they're fleeing. Does that sound good? Like you want them to be free? Is the idea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's so successful. You found like kind of they're all connected to this one like node, right? This one like
Yes.
huge ring, and you walk up to that and chop it, and then they're all just like the chain is just
Okay.
pulling free from that broken loop, and then they're all just like running with the chain dragging behind them up the steps.
Does that create a thing that we can invoke? The fact that they're all fleeing and like causing a commotion?
I think that seems like a reasonable aspect, a situational aspect. There's no free invoke, but it exists. The chaos of fleeing captives.
Chai Bayan.
Yes, my friend.
No, not friend.
see you again.
You're
With my
eyes, not just my
head.
I shall never part from you again, Chai Bayan. Not until I take you back to your homeland, as I promised, sweet Chai Bayan. I hold Chai Bayan tenderly.
Yes, you guys are holding one another amidst the chaos of the ship.
Yeah.
While you're holding your
Holding my demon sword to the side.
Yes.
Gentle
Excellent.
Lord.
awesome.
Very epic.
It's
all right.
Sweetly whispering demonic.
The galley men are
It's
going.
demonic fire just like going on in the background. Stuff's like falling apart.
Everyone will.
Guy's blood just got splattered up against the wall, and you guys are like embracing with a kiss.
All right, you hear and feel the sound of thundering, ponderous footsteps coming from deep within the hull of the ship.
Yeah.
Thump, 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 and you can feel the vibrations, and the distance between each vibrations gives you the impression that something very large is like walking with huge, long gait
Oh God.
towards the like from the very bottom of the ship is like moving towards the stairwell, and you can hear the sound of its chains, like many chains being dragged behind it.
Oh, many chains. Okay.
I think this has to do with why there are no chairs on deck.
Yep, this is the rower.
They have a cave troll.
And the galley men continue fighting. Taylor, give me athletics defense. Ooh. I have bad news. I got an 8.
I have a 4.
All right.
I think that was the bathroom.
Oh. All right. So they're going to. Okay, no, they didn't succeed by enough. Wait, you had a
I have a 4.
I had an 8, so they did succeed by enough. They're going to reduce. They're using heavy hitter. Reduce the shift by 1 on a melee combat special success, which this is, for an additional situation aspect with a free invoke. What would that be? A heavy hitter situational aspect. I'm gonna say it's less about heavy hitting and more about the tactical situation. But they've got you backed in a corner.
Would body mastery withstand wounds and pain make sense to counter this?
This isn't a consequence. It's an aspect. Consequences are like when you
That's
use
after
all
I've
your
used-
stress,
got
then
it,
you take the
got it,
consequences.
got it.
Yeah. All right. So you're backed in a corner, which is an aspect that like in theory you could invoke, but it doesn't. You have to really justify it. Most likely they're going to invoke it against you. So they reduce that by 1, so that you're taking 3 stress, but then plus 3 from their morning star, so you're taking 6 stress, but you have armor, so it's reduced to 5.
Okay. Okay, so at this point I am at my limit of 4, and then I think I add. How much did you say it was?
5.
So what's 4 ranks of additional badness? After
Ooh,
Wait.
okay. So
There was 5 total,
yeah,
and then 1 minus 1 from the armor. Okay.
yeah.
But wait, but you just marked your 4th level
Adjusted that.
slot, so that
Yeah.
that is 4. That represents 4 stress.
Yep.
It's not 1, 2, 3, 4 as in yeah.
Yep.
Never mind.
So does that change how your things went earlier?
Yeah, you took 5 earlier.
Okay,
So you could have marked the 4 and the 1.
So I'm actually only marked the 2 boxes then. 1 plus 2, that means 3. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you took 5 earlier, right? Or how many?
I'm
did you
just
take
now
earlier?
taking 5.
And how much
And you
from the
took
previous
5 on the last round, I believe, right?
No, I only took.
Or was it 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
one? Okay,
I totally
So you
forgot
take
but now
an 8
you're
total.
Now you're taking 4 or 5. I'm confused.
5.
5. Okay.
So.
Take 3 and then a moderate or a mild consequence
Okay.
instead of taking your 4. I think like that sounds reasonable, right?
Sorry, I can't see what you have checked off, but
He's got 1,
Okay.
2.
So
So that was from last round.
Yeah.
And you took 5 right now, so you could check the 3 and the 4, and then you don't take any consequences from this, but all your stress is gone.
3 and the 4, but that's be 7 in total stress, right?
Yeah, but you can't
thinking.
check a smaller box because you don't have one.
Okay.
Oh, so consequences are kind of worse. So you kind of
They are worse, yeah, because they stick around. Stress is healed at the end of the scene.
Okay.
Sorry, I misled you.
I'll just take the.
And it represents you getting like jostled around, and it's not necessarily wounds, but when you get a consequence, then that's a wound that you're like, oh, I need first aid, I need medical treatment to heal this consequence.
So I could have. So I can't take. I couldn't have marked last round like the 3.
You could have marked the 3.
I could have marked the 3 box.
Yeah. So mark the 3, and then you can mark the 4 and the 1, and then you'd be in better shape.
I would much prefer that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm still trying to figure out.
You're good. You're good. It's weird. I think that's the weirdest element of Fate, in my opinion, is the checkboxes. But once you get it down, then it's pretty cool. All right. So that was the one guy. There's the other guy. Sorry.
Bring it.
They're nasty. And I wanted to do a big old grind in this session because
Here we go.
a huge amount of the like cool, unique mechanics that are in this are like combat oriented. So it's cool to see like all
Let's
the different
grind,
kind of things
baby.
going on. Yeah. Ooh, that's a bad roll though.
No, no.
For
I got
me.
I got a 0
Oh.
total, so you should be able to dodge this easy.
Never know. Oh yeah, I got a 4 in total. So this is a 0 again.
Yep, and if you
With a
defend
4.
and succeed with style, you don't take damage and you gain a boost.
Is 4 enough for a style, or where do I need to get with style?
3 more than whatever they had. I had a 0 and you said 4.
Yep.
So you succeeded with style, or a special success as they call it.
Styling.
All right, so this is a boost of off balance opponents, and I'm seeing this as because Dribon Block is this mystical, weird mantis warrior, and he's just moving and like shifting up on like 2 legs, so 2 of his arms, so his legs go up, and then like scuttles and like does cartwheels and weird stuff, and they're like fighting you using their logic of how people normally move about, and they're just obviously like crashing into barrels and whatnot, and they're not really totally sure how to react to you, so they're off balance. Which boost is the same as an aspect, but the first draw a checkbox there too. The first time you use it, it's gone, so it doesn't stick around. You can't invoke it after that. All right, that was the Galleyman.
Is a boost
Big
just for
lumbering
you
sound.
personally, or can other people?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's cool. A personal thing.
Chinda Callie.
All right. What is the situation? So he's dead. He's still coming for.
Ooh, I forgot about that guy.
Somebody's pretty messed up right now.
Oh, is he about to do something to me? He's been eyeing me.
Actually, I think he's going for Dustinor,
Yeah, bring
who
it.
just cut the chains.
Yeah, just.
Dustin.
Not only did I cut the chains, I saved my ward.
Make me a defense.
Is that.
I think you might be able to use melee combat for defense in this situation, or athletics. You're basically sword fighting, so I think melee combat.
Okay, that would be great for me
Yeah.
if that was the case. That would be a 3
I also-
plus
Oh, I have a 3.
4.
Nice.
7.
Excellent. You also have a stuff if you defend.
So one of them is on a special success, which I assume is the crit
A special success for an attack or a special success for defense?
for defend.
You just did. Special success is succeeding with style. Just the same different terminology.
Cool. Then I can repost.
Excellent. Does that explain that, or it's just an attack?
Yeah, there are 2, as long as you don't retreat.
Riposte is like a counterattack in fencing.
Yeah, she blocks
Yes.
blocks
Yeah.
with her shield and then strikes with her sword.
So on a special success melee combat defend action, immediately inflict 2 shifts of damage on your opponent. Armor protects.
Excellent. Unfortunately, he does have 2 armor, so I guess that's kind of lame. That's sad. Whatever.
You get a point you want to spend on it? How much do you want it?
I don't think I can. I think it's
Yeah, because it's not a roll.
statically to.
I'm gonna say it still works, because that is sad. For it to not. This dude, describe this guy to me? He's bald?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's angry.
Excellent. So you defended with your shield and struck back with your blade.
Naturally.
He growled, and as he was right up in your face, you saw this purple, weird liquid dripping from the tips of his morning star.
Mm-hmm.
Callie, I'm sorry. I started to
No, you're fine.
tell you to go, and then I was like, wait, I forgot.
Wait, just kidding. So Chabyon's been saved, been reclaimed.
Mm-hmm.
So I look over at Chabyon and I'm just like, Chayaya, it's good to have you back. And then I'm going to
He does like a psionic thing, and then you hear the cry of Shimmer Flank clattering aboard the deck of the ship.
Nice.
Let's see, I want to I'd like to attack the guy who's intimidating Gaddy.
Okay. The bald guy.
The bald guy. So a +1. What? My rolls are so bad. That was just really bad. -2.
You could invoke some stuff if.
But we can't invoke anything that's already been.
Yeah, if it's already been checked off, you have to pay for it.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, I see. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of situational aspects.
Can I invoke the Sound of Fury?
Yeah. Because it was emboldening everybody to stand and fight, so.
I'd love to invoke that. So that brings me to a 0, which is not as bad.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, they're able to defend against it. I'm sorry.
Did you get one?
I had one of the tiny ones, so I had to get
Yeah. I was worried that the pucks would turn out too crunchy, but sweet.
delicious.
Nice. Did you get some tea?
He defends against it and crawls in your face.
Alright.
Taylor, you're up. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Do that real quick.
Yes.
Wow, that was so quick. I am backed into a corner. The fact that I'm in a corner, I kind of want to be able to use that to athletically launch myself off of. Is that possible? Does that kind of work? So I want to launch. Says in they're cornering me in the back, but because they are off balance as well, I basically want to use my other 2 hands to launch myself towards them as I'm using my halberd to
Cool. Okay. Yeah, you can get the boost from the off balance. I don't think the backed in a corner will help though.
It won't help? Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it then. I'm definitely just going to use the off balance thing. So
Okay.
I will.
And we had a 7. We had calculated before as being your teamwork bonus from all your different attacks.
Yes. Yes.
So it's rolling at a 9 because you just invoked that boost.
Well, 8.
8. All right.
Yeah.
And their defense is a -1.
Ouch.
Actually, that's a critical failure.
Yes.
Let me double check what a critical failure is.
Does this mean if I like just attack, I'm always gonna do his style?
You may not invoke an aspect to reroll the dice on a fumble. It's an automatic failure with a maximum of 0 shifts. And also means something bad or embarrassing happens to you, usually represented by a situational aspect, for which the first invoke is free.
Make it embarrassing.
All right, so they're still at a negative. What did I say? -1. If you got an 8.
Mm-hmm.
If you even split that between the two of them, you would still hit with with style, right?
Yeah. Let's split it between. I'm going to like go after these guys to try to just crash into them.
All right. Okay.
Still,
how are you splitting it? You just doing 4 and 4?
50-50.
Okay. And then your halberd will be on the first guy, and that one has an SI of 4.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at an 8 stress for him.
Jeez.
Which I mark off 5, and he takes a. Oh shit! Yeah, a moderate consequence. Oh wait, no, he has a -2 from his armor, so a mild consequence.
His shoelaces become untied.
I was thinking with one of my hands, I like grabbed at his like belt or something and like pulled his like pants down to his ankles. That way he's like, I can't like, I'm like, prone now.
His mild consequence.
Although I like the halberd. Yeah.
I think you cut off his hand.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
That's a moderate?
Can we still do the
that's a pretty
pants?
serious moderate.
Very severe.
You cut off a few fingers. He has a mangled hand. Will be his mild.
I mean, Black Sabbath was able to still do it with some missing fingers, so we're all right.
And the
fine.
other one, you're fighting with like your claws. Does it show like SI for your claws or no?
It's just a moderate
Doesn't show it there in the equipment.
Okay.
But for my claw attack, it just shows like +1.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
I don't know if that helps.
All right. So that's gonna be, I think, then just 4 stress. And do you want a situational aspect, or do you want to just eliminate the backed in a corner?
Oh, eliminate the corner.
Yeah, okay.
I don't hit that.
So you do that thing you were talking about, and you push forward and slash both of them, and now it's the situation is no longer the case. You're not backed in the corner. You're like back into the center of the ship. And I know this game goes through index cards, but I love it.
I really
you just
enjoy
see
it.
And I love the cinematic nature of it. Instead of just being like all these kind of weird, like it still has all the weird pluses and minuses and bonuses, and certainly Chronicles has even more than typical Fate does. But I love the like crunchy aspect of being able to like creating an advantage from your spells and from all these different things that are above and beyond what Fate would normally have. I mean, to demystify, Fate is like you have like 3 stunts usually. You're like a bunch of skills, 3 stunts. This is like you have probably 5 or 6 stunts.
Yeah.
You have a bunch of extras.
4, 7.
I mean, you just have a lot more stuff, and you still have 5 refresh and 5 fate points. So you're a super powered Fate character.
Yeah.
It's really wild. Sorry, got distracted.
No,
okay.
that was
Talking
a
about
good
it.
thing to say.
Speak on.
Talking. Yeah, and I'm excited by the idea of the advancement in this. Being able to like get more of these cool stunts and more of these powers and connect with your extras on a deeper level is really cool, because in Fate you're like, I got a new stunt, like I can sprint faster now, or like I got more fate points per session. So it's like it's a little more lackluster to level up in fate. So I think that's a really cool added component to the system.
I just like that, you know, you could provide like an advantage for somebody else, and it narratively and mechanically makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
That's the best thing about
and then they have to narratively justify tapping into it, so it binds the mechanic to the narrative of being like, you know, you're backed in a corner. How do you use that to your advantage? Or you're this, you know, is really, it's cool. Yeah. You can also invoke stuff too if you wanted to do like more damage.
I think I'm gonna hold on to my tokens.
Okay, and keep in mind you get your fate tokens back at the beginning of the next session. So, Gaddy.
So what happened to these guys here?
They're both still standing, but one of them has a mangled hand, and he doesn't look like he could withstand much more.
All right, so Gaddy is going to use one of her stunts, inspire specific emotion, to basically this guy that's been terrifying her this whole time. She's gonna look directly into his eyes and start playing a tune and start to basically create fear in his,
Cool.
in his mind.
Excellent.
All right.
Nice.
So that is a +2.
It was a 6.
Oh, 2 + 2, so 4 to create fear in this. So I'm basically singing about the Mantis Man will rip your guts out. You shouldn't have messed with me.
You succeed with style, and if we were to say we were to call this a stress attack, a mental stress attack, right?
Oh.
He checks off his last mental or his last consequence.
Oh yes.
That he has available. Which, if that happens to you, you're taken out. You're out for the battle. If you like give up before that point, you get a fate point, and you're like, you know, you get to run away or something, right? But if you're taken out, you're like, the GM gets to decide what fate happens to you. So this guy's effectively dead, right?
Oh, okay.
But he's like just freaking out, like screaming, because his last thing was this fear consequence. So he actually just like dives headlong out the window. Right?
Awesome.
He takes one last look at Drew Van Bach and and he's just like out the window.
No thanks.
And you hear him splashing as he's just swimming away.
Yes.
So he's gone.
Gaddy looks mystically at her loot. It's like, excellent.
Excellent. All right, back up to Hannah. Or wait. I had the thing act right before you last time, right? I didn't write it on the initiative, but yeah. The thing bursts through the door leading deeper into the ship. The Beast of Morbius.
Okay.
A bizarre
Not
beast.
I'm trained in writing.
Not ready.
It's a huge bestial loping humanoid of terrific strength with 4 long arms, 2 pairs, dragging knuckles. It's a hairless cross between a hairless gorilla and a hunchback, although much larger. They're 4 meters tall if they stood upright, but they're like hunched and knuckle walking. And you definitely, they have 4 arms. You get the impression that this thing does like. It has an oar in each arm and is just reaching off the edges, you know, just rowing 4 huge oars at the same time, and this is the thing that rows for them. And it's huge, and it bursts through this door and is dragging the chains behind it. You get the impression that the people who were like taking care of it just like let it loose when they heard the bell ring. And you don't have to fight it.
And here I was thinking that it was because of Dostinor that it was set free.
Oh no.
You would think after we slaughtered its captives that it would just be like, yeah, this isn't a threat to me. These guys are good.
Well, even before it showed up, I was going to use command to try to create an advantage for us to retreat, like,
Okay.
safely.
Cool. You do have quite a few advantages already out there, and you could potentially add more free invokes to them.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
that might
the
be,
quickest route you could
that's
easily
probably
justify.
better.
Don't forget about the quick
Block the exit could also be potentially invoked because you guys have been standing in front of the exit. You're like, we were blocking it, so we're right here to leave. You know?
That's a -1 on the
You can
die.
use some fates.
Well, that's -1 on the dice. It's still a +3.
Yeah, I think that's a success. If you were to invoke, it would be a success with style.
Yeah, I do want that success with style because that sounds like more.
Yeah.
Invoke that
That
three
sounds
quickest route.
cool. You want
So
it
you
to be
can
cool.
either create a new situational aspect with 2 free invokes, or you can gain 2 on an existing
I
one.
have to figure out what I'm invoking.
Oh yeah.
What is
Or you may want to do something
block
cooler.
the exits?
Block the
I thought it said block the exists. And I was like, what are those?
I think I did write a few extra letters.
Block the exists.
Well, you know.
I'm so confused how to use this one.
Existence has paused.
I feel like blocking the exits. I brought that into this world, so I'll take it out.
That was a free use.
Keep your token.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your gold
No
is not good here.
problem.
All right. And are you adding to quickest route, or are you creating?
shall.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I'm sorry, I've been
building a super
misunderstanding you
exit.
all night.
What?
You were adding to quickest route?
Yes.
Yeah. So it has 3 free invokes on it that people can execute in order to retreat out of this place because we have the quickest route, and so she's like helping to. He is helping to dictate the escape plans. So to speak, using command is like
That's awesome.
using this mind link to communicate with all of you guys in the midst of the fury of battle.
Yeah, I love that you can extend a current one. That's pretty great.
Sure, just like a natural born leader.
Dustinol.
Do you ever take off your sunglasses?
No.
I don't understand that question.
It is built into the lore that people have helmets with sunglasses on them because they're like this super tough, like panes of glass that they're able.
Oh, you can't take them off unless you take your helmet off.
I wasn't sure if it was just the flourish of the art or whatnot, but no, it's totally built into the lore. I should assume as much, though. I mean,
That's awesome.
Sarah's the lore master.
Yes.
But all right, so that happened, and the galleymen.
Oh!
The bald, there, we got the bald one and the other one standing, and what do we do here? They are creating an advantage with their physique. They are clearing a path for this thing and working together to do it.
Oh, for the troll?
Mm-hmm.
Good call on the quickest route.
3. I got a 4.
Oh. That guy just stubbed his toe. Ow! My hand was cut off. I don't know if I need to see a doctor. It's a moderate wound here.
Yeah,
Moderate
one of them is like shoving crates and stuff that are in the way out of the way, and the other one has like the equivalent of like a red flag with like a sandbag weighted on it or something that he pulls out of his purse and throws, and it hits one of you guys, and this thing is like charging towards this red color, right? Path for the beast. And Callie.
All right. So I would like to use my time ability to slow that beast down.
Excellent. Cool.
Nice.
Give me a.
So, and it says that they may resist using athletics or willpower.
Okay. Thank you.
Whatever is lowest for you, I would prefer you use.
Nice.
Athletics.
So that would be a 4.
I got a -3, but he's got a +3, so I'm at a 0. You succeed with style.
Nice. Very slow.
So it says time slows down by 1 step on the time ladder, plus 1 step per shift of success.
Dang. And you beat him by 4?
By 4.
All right, so 4 shifts on the time ladder.
That's very
right now
slow.
we're at a few seconds. Half an hour.
You guys sure you want to run? We could wail on it.
Yeah, so indeed it is.
What?
So he's moving super slow.
Super slow.
I don't know. I
Excellent.
think we could probably wail on it for a little bit.
That was incredible.
That's nice.
All right. So he is
That
slowing
is
to a crawl.
Whoa.
Well, the dice were finally nice to me. I was finally kind of effective, and I didn't have to spend a fate token. It was sweet.
That's great.
Yeah, seriously.
Taylor's up.
Dice have not been nice to me.
Man. Okay.
Tree Bonbach.
Bark, bark.
I am torn on what path I should choose next.
On one hand, well, maybe we don't need to run as fast anymore. We just got these 2 idiots left. And then a very, very slow, troll thing.
And then the quickest route is there whenever we need it.
Okay, so... I mean, we could just finish him off. I would like to reposition myself, right here, though, just to give us a little bit more room. Away from that very imposing thing. Not that I would ever be afraid of it. Even though it's especially
Never
very
have
slow.
any reason to be afraid of it.
No, I was merely trying to get into a more advantageous position. And I guess I'm going to try to finish off these 2 guys. So
All right.
7 plus, we'll see how the dice goes.
Yep.
+3. So, means 10.
Holy smoke.
Dang.
Bye.
They have a. I got a 3 for them. So you could split between the 2 and have 4. Wait, you got 10?
I have 10.
Yeah, you could split between the 2 and still have 2 shifts of success plus whatever you're from your weapon.
How bad
Or
are each of these guys?
The one. They're both about equal. They've only taken a bit of stress.
Okay,
The one
then
that
I'll
you
just-
hit before has taken 4 stress, and the other one has only taken 2, the bald one. If you
Okay.
focus, you might be able to take one of them out.
Which one of them attacked
I know he's got
Dostinor?
plus his sword.
The bald one.
Okay.
Sounds awesome to me.
So I would like to purely flavor. I would like to wind up and I'll swing or cleave straight through, starting with the bald one, because I want to make
Okay.
sure I hit him pretty good, and then kind of keep going through to the other one again.
Yeah, you gotta kind of pick whether you're splitting the attack, splitting the damage or the shifts between them, or going all on one before
Oh,
it's
okay
all
then.
allocated. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm gonna split in half then.
Okay.
So I'm doing the halberd one on the bald one.
Okay. And you're splitting at 5 and 5.
Yeah.
And I had said I had a 3. You're adding 4 from your halberd,
Yes. It looks lethal.
so that's a 6.
Like that.
He's going to take 4 in stress and 2 in a consequence. So he has a. How do you think he has a nasty
Nasty boo boo.
A nasty boo boo.
Nasty boo boo. I like to think I like on like a zipper. I just like unzipped his belly.
Oh boy,
A wicked slash.
that's nasty.
Wicked boo.
This is a very nasty character. I love it.
All right, and then the other one is getting hit by your claws,
Yeah.
You shall not harm Blue Shell.
and that is going to be. You had a 5, he had a 3, so that's just 2.
My interpretation of the blue armor, blue carapace. Carapace doesn't roll off the tongue.
Blue shell. It sounds great.
All right, they're both
Yeah, I
still
like
up.
the
The bald
nicknames.
one is not looking great.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
They're both up, but the bald one's not looking good.
Good.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good in group to begin with.
His mama said he was handsome,
Yeah.
but we all know the truth. He was atrociously gorgeous.
So, Caddy is, of course, still seeing about the heroics of Mantis Man, but like slowly, says she sees this thing coming from behind her that looks like it's gonna eat her, but she has an irrational fear about. So she's just running up the stairs. Gone.
Cool. Give me an athletics. Overcoming an obstacle.
Tripping up the stairs.
You can,
I'm
you
gonna-
can definitely invoke.
Oh yeah, I'll invoke and I'll just re-roll.
Okay. Quickest route.
Yeah. Still, it's a -1.
Plus your
Tripping up
athletics.
the stairs. I don't have athletics.
Okay.
I have.
You can invoke and pay for it from one of the other. Certainly, you could.
Well, can I? So I guess I'm getting one for invoking against myself, right? Can I get a?
I think. Well, this one re-rolled you. Oh, you're talking about no.
Trying to
I don't think running away is
I
enough
see.
trouble. Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay. Well, I'll still spend one. These refresh, right?
Wait,
Yeah,
can we
beginning of the
spend
session.
points on behalf of people?
Yep.
Okay. I will take you in hand.
I'm scrambling up the stairs.
so
I'm
dashing.
failing.
I'll do the Hibernium must be protected, which I usually extend to like who knows
Yeah, the
you
people
might
of
want to live
Hibernium.
there one
Yeah.
day. You sing good songs. Come visit us in Hibernium. I'll protect you.
I'm pretty sure we're technically in Hibernium.
Okay, great. This way, young Gatty.
Irrational fear.
All right, and so
Arms
with that
above
plus
the
2, what was your total?
1.
A 1.
That sounds like enough to run up the stairs, right?
How difficult is it
Yeah,
to run
you-
upstairs?
You are not off the boat though.
That is
You're
making
on
it
the
really
main deck, and you're
difficult.
getting.
That's fine.
You're just getting jostled around by all the other people who are running, and it's
That's
just like
fine.
kind of chaos.
I'm grabbing onto Jai-Bion's face, like, please get me out of here.
Several of the prisoners have actually are kicking down the door to the captain's room and are like attacking the captain,
Siege.
who looked like he was like engaged in some kind of he had maps and stuff out on his desk, and so he looks up and is like, what's your meeting up there? With his jowls and his freaky teeth, and they just are running in and fighting with him.
Oh, yikes. He's gonna get
You might want those
slammed.
now.
Chai-Bian is doing
Maybe.
this thing and helping them blast with his mental blast.
But he's got an inability because my hands are strapped to his face. Like, unhand me.
All right, are you guys planning on fleeing? Is that the idea?
Don't feel like you have to just because I'm just like going with my character's thing.
Dawsonor would hold the line. So, Dawsonor has given his tactical advice, and it's hoping everyone will file past him.
Okay.
But if people are staying and fighting, Dawsonor will.
Okay.
Dawsonor's
We
gonna
could probably do another. Are you guys cool with another round or two?
What does everyone else want to do? Because Dawsonor is showing the way.
If
you all
everybody's
wanna
wanting to
jet.
run, I was just trying to like. I mean, obviously this guy is not really much of a problem right now.
Right.
I just didn't want these guys to follow us upstairs.
I think there will be more of them upstairs.
Oh, do you want to
I
be
think the party's
cornered
over.
in like a pincer attack from the guys from below and above, or?
Oh, I'm not planning on retreating recklessly, but
So that's up. I will run if the other people are running. I mean,
Lead.
if I have to, I will invoke the fact that Dostinor
lead by
may be the
following.
anchor that I seek.
yeah.
But
Here's the anchor. The anchor is stuck. The anchor says,
all right,
"Get you to safe harbor."
okay. Well,
I'll hold your ship down.
I'll follow if you make a run for it.
Well, Dawson, when I added to the quickest route, Dostinor was like, "The beast is upon us. Make haste."
Yeah, but like Chenda just like totally neutralized him at this point.
Which
like,
is.
this is great. Yeah, I'm
It's
ready.
great.
I'm ready to roll. I think that was really like my last like fully committed
Yeah.
blood rage.
Let's kick
Well,
some meat.
I'm ready to go fast in either direction, so we can
Jungle Boogie.
split. Well, I feel like we said that we would stay by Getty's side.
That's true. We made
And
a
she
promise.
is valiantly shrieking, running away. So I feel like really committed to like staying by her side. Like, I mean, we told her not to run away, but she's doing it. And we're just gonna like.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You just say that.
Yeah.
Not true.
Yeah, I specifically said don't do that thing, but you're doing it, and I feel stronger like committing to like we're still gonna stay by your side.
I'm with
So.
Chubby on him, so.
Yeah, and to be fair,
The
you
Chai
were
Baby.
commanded
Chai
to
Baby.
flee.
Chai baby.
Chai baby.
All right, if you guys are fleeing, everybody give me a athletics overcome, and you can still tap into the quickest route.
Nice. That is
Well.
my first decent roll.
Ooh.
It's a +4.
What is it? Athletics.
Damn it.
So I have a 3 in total.
I think I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay.
Can I assist
Yeah, you had a.
Dostinor
There we go. It's a 0.
and like speed up, like do
you
like
have
a
no
time thing to
athletics?
speed up Dostinor?
I have
Yeah,
no
I
athletics.
think so. I mean, you'd have
I did not
to.
either.
You could just invoke.
It's no wonder you guys are having
+2.
such problems
and
with
that could be
like
the flaw,
going
is that you're-
upstairs.
You know what?
Slowing it down, but you would have to use an action to create an advantage or to use your
Gotcha.
time powers
Or
normally.
if
But
she
you
just
could
wants
just.
to re-roll, that's cool too.
I did re-roll. I have +1 to the Doom die on athletics because of my armor.
Oh, the armor. Okay. +1 Doom die.
Yeah.
Does it say? Then you roll another Doom die.
Oh, I
it's
don't
not
just
just like
add
an add.
one. Mother.
Yeah.
Whoa! That's
Jesus.
horrendous! Armor is not worth. Is that
Yeah.
happening to
Is
me?
that real?
So, and that's in what situation?
On athletics.
Dang,
Yeah,
dude.
you're just really slow.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure it's a whole dice?
Mm-hmm. There are other situations that you added.
A Doom die.
Add a Doom die.
Why do you get
Does it
to
say?
add a...
It says +1 Doom die.
Yeah. I don't know how you would notate the difference between a whole.
Other stuff it says you roll 1 additional Doom die. So I think that's what it means. I've never seen it say +1 on the Doom die.
Jeez. That's a hefty cost for armor. What's your SR? -3? Not worth.
I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Less stress every time she gets hit.
This is
I get
bad
-1
news.
for leather, and it didn't do... I guess it kind of makes sense, though.
I have chitinous skin that's about as good as leather. Which I expected should be like stronger than that, but man, that's really.
It's
Can I like help?
-5.
Can I help?
What is your
Somehow.
total?
-5.
-5. And you already invoked Quickest Route.
Yes.
You can spend a fate token on something else. On a different aspect.
That sounded squishy.
Situational or on your character.
I have a question about this situation. If she invokes, does she have to She can't do another action. Like she'd have to
Right.
stick with the action and just. Okay.
Get a bonus to it, yeah.
So the best I can do is -3, right? That's what I'll be spending a fate point to do.
But re-rolling both those, I feel like you're gonna fail every time you try athletics.
Well, I'm not really clear what I would be I don't think I can. What would I re-roll in this situation? All 3 dice?
We roll all 3. It does seem awfully cruel.
That is hefty. I mean, I guess you could roll 2 1s on the Doom dice. Like,
Yeah.
and then roll
I
6.
could roll 2 6s on the Doom dice.
Extra crit. Fail.
Jeez.
Double crit. Triple crit.
Well, I have to leave because one day I will return Chaibayan to his home.
Yes.
So I have to get out of here. I guess I'll see what happens. I really don't know.
You were
I believe.
quite literally the anchor.
Holy
You
mother!
on your hero.
I mean, it's a -4, so it's not that far off from.
And you've already gotten a
No,
plus
-3.
4 from different other things? Or you just re-rolled?
I just re-rolled.
Okay.
What?
-3.
-9 plus 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel crazy. I was trying to help you.
Alright.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna say that your sluggishness in escaping means that the 2 Black Galley men are attacking you before you
Fair.
escape.
I hate this.
But then you get to shimmer flank and mount up and escape. But all right. Defend against a 5 in melee combat. Ooh, and an 8.
+5 melee combat defense.
Total. Okay, on the first one, and that's what I had said, right? A 5 and an 8. So the first one you tie, so you don't take damage. The second one, I got an 8, and I'm going to invoke Whirling Weapons of Poison and Pain
Oh my god.
in order to make it a 10.
Bye, Doster.
Gross.
Nice knowing you.
Because I didn't use all my points in this scene.
Gross.
You're rude, Keith.
Sorry.
Real rude.
So did you roll against that one?
Oh,
A 10. You're looking to beat.
I rolled the same thing. So I got
5.
a 5, yes.
Alright, so he beats you by 5 shifts. He gets +3 from his weapon. But that's canceled out by your armor. So you got 5 stress
Gross.
that you suffer. You must also make a physique roll.
No, that's good.
freak
You're
roll?
training that shit.
Physique
Oh.
+2 for difficulty.
That is +4 total.
Excellent. You don't suffer from the purple lotus poison, and you guys manage to
Small
escape
mercies.
the Black Galley
Yeesh.
with your friends in tow. And you rescued Krull, your pink-faced apprentice,
Oh.
and Chaibian, and yeah,
Chai
We did it.
Try, baby.
those other captives come to buy you drinks that evening in the Zengazi in great thanks for their freedom, for saving them from the ill fate that was that they were doomed for. Sorry, I was to give you some information as well, but I lost my page on it. They also present to you some stuff that they found in the captain's quarters that might be of use to you.
I imagine they just had like a Shaun of the Dead style beatdown on the captain.
Yes. Absolutely. Just like
Yikes.
they took him down.
Good old prisoners.
Well, I'll get back to you guys
Good
at
old
the beginning of next session, but it is some information. Remind me if I forget.
And scene.
It is information concerning the captives, that like where they've been selling them to this void
Nice.
cult.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. And
Absolutely disgusting.
land maps of Hivernium.
I know that place.
And Callie, give me a lore roll.
Dice, be nice to me, please.
I also have
That is a -1.
A -1?
Yeah.
Plus your lore?
Yeah, with the
Is this a history?
Yeah. You want to invoke and help her?
Yeah.
please don't.
Oh, is it just...
And you could invoke too, Callie. You get all your fate tokens back next session.
Yeah,
so.
I'll spend a fate token and I can I re-roll this?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And what aspect are you invoking?
I'm invoking
I forgot how many I have.
let's see, the natural rulers of the autocracy. Autocracy. I keep butchering that word
It's
so
a
bad.
tricky word.
Autocracy.
Autocracy. The autarch.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep that. And because of that, I have just like a super extensive knowledge. Basically, I've like grown up in libraries and like people just like grooming me to like know all this shit. So that's gonna be a +3.
Excellent. That succeeds. So you decipher annotations of a route to Wormhollow Vale, which you've never heard of, and in the Cadram Mountains, and a mark there labeled Chantru.
Can you say that one more time? Wormhollow Vale.
All right. So transparency is this will not be relevant entirely in this module, but it is segueing into an ongoing campaign set into this world that ties in what you guys are kind of after in this module into like a further campaign called Wormhollow Vale. So it's the hook into future journeys.
Nice.
But it's like clues as to what these people are up to outside of this city. So we'll get back to it. All right, and with that, we shall wrap for the eve.
Fantastic.
Join us next week for episode 3. Next Sunday, same time, and then the last episode will be the week after that.
Yeah.
Yes, precisely. Also,
That's correct, Heath.
join us on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. as well for GM XP.
Oh yeah.
Where we chit-chat about various gaming topics while we set up extensive terrain for the Friday game of Jade Colossus, which we will be on the 10th episode in and journeying into, well, first encountering an Aranth Grask.
Oh.
Perhaps.
Not prepared.
If you guys have
But did
chosen
we
to
come
do so.
by river or by
Yeah,
The worst plan.
It's got tangled
Go
in
on
that
in.
one. A
Follow
terrible,
behind.
a terrible extra-dimensional creature who is guarding the tree to some unknown dimension, which Joe Fiel has been prophesied to find a glowing key that she has they have no idea how to.
which cache may have come from.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
Yes.
We
the
get to see the portal tree again.
Yep.
It's
the
deep,
portal.
And
y'all.
see what is beyond, which will be joyous. I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Either way, Crawl.
Thanks for
believes
tuning
you.
in, y'all. And to all the YouTubers, thanks for watching. All the Twitch people, thanks for staying alive in the chat. And have a great night.
Smash the subscribe button.